Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the
God.
Slanted Board Podcast.
That's so stupid. We just gotta start talking, dude. I was listening to like Joe Rogan's one, and they just start talking.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, "Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
What's going on?" Yeah, we have a special guest though today, so we should say that.
We do.
My good buddy Will from California is here. He's visiting Hawaii, and we're happy to have him. Thanks for joining us.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Hey now.
I've known this guy since college, since we touched each other's butts on accident in yoga class in college.
Yeah, you're friends forever after touching someone's butt.
Yeah, you touch your butt. I mean, we're the two tallest dudes in the class, and they're like, find a partner that's about your size. And we're like, hey.
We
this
both
guy.
joined the class to meet chicks, and we're touching dudes' butts. And then you wound up becoming great friends.
Even the lady professor was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like, she was like 80, I think, but she looked 60.
No. Oh, that's
So, I
fascinating.
still would.
No. She was not a day past 71, but her tits were about 30 years old.
Ooh, yeah. Not even. They're not like 5 years old.
He's probably got a renewed.
Yeah, renewed.
They're warranted.
Yeah,
Well, after about 20 years, you gotta get them rotated.
So one side
looking
doesn't get.
sad.
Yeah, one side gets a little floppy. You know?
They're looking down, now they're
Remember?
looking up.
Oh, remember when she did inversions and her tits would like seriously be on her jaw? And
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
like, I'm supposed to be learning yoga, but I'm just staring at your plastic tits hitting your jaw.
Dude, it's the best. I took that class 4 times. 4 different quarters or semesters or whatever.
Just for that.
I just enjoyed it, and then there's plenty of other chicks in the class, but yeah, like I really, like as much as she was old, I really did find her attractive in a way. You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, like they would just sit right on her chin. It was like she was like teabagging herself with her own boobs.
But this is like when she's like bending over, not standing up, right?
Well, inversions are like, you flip your body upside down. So
She'd
yeah.
like hold her back up, and her legs would go like over her
Oh,
head,
shit.
and her
Yeah,
tits
yeah.
would like go in her eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
They're kind of pointy too.
And she'd be like, okay, watch me, and then you try it yourself, and like me and this dude would not even be trying. We'd just be watching all the chicks flip over, and we're like, oh yeah, we should probably pretend like
You were like, like just. I was just
Yeah.
that was great.
That's
it was
funny.
horrendous.
But that is really how we met too,
Yeah.
because yeah, I mean he's taller than me, but like we were like the only dudes that were like tall or whatever. I think there's like one other guy,
Yeah.
right? Something. But yeah, and then we both worked at the bookstore together,
Yeah.
like on campus, because I worked like during the rush to meet all the chicks,
Oh
because like everyone comes to buy their books, so I worked in the book information, so I help all the ladies find their books for their
course,
classes, like a gentleman would.
Yes.
And you can start playing too, by the way. My bad. We're gonna beat this bitch finally.
We're beating this tonight.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Will hasn't played Mario Brothers 3 in
I don't know. I'm gonna say 10 years.
right.
Back
As
when
long as that lady's boobs have been around.
Yeah.
They were new when this game came out.
Oh man. It was like freaking. All right, it's a good start.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good
perfect.
start. Why don't you let Will play next? That'd be awesome. So
I think I could do that good. I think I could. I think I
make
could.
that happen.
I can make that happen. Maybe. That's how you go fast. Right?
This is like a yeah.
Whoa. Luckily, no one can see this shit.
That's
Okay.
awesome, dude.
That was. Yeah. I'm not gonna make up any excuses. That was just horrible.
No, that's right. Wait, Rico, how do I go to the selection? I feel like we already lost 2 laps.
Start down.
Start down. Let me get that start
Yeah,
down
start
and
down.
load state.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh no, how's that possible? Start down again?
Oh, move a save state slot to the right. Yeah, and then
Let's see. All right, good times. Good times.
Ah.
All right, this guy has all the techniques. All right, let's just speed run this thing. Oh, dude, I was watching freaking the guy. He just beat the record or whatever recently
Oh, I saw that.
on Mario
yeah.
1 in like 4 minutes and 54 seconds or something retarded crazy.
Yeah.
And oh, whatever. All right, that guy blew my mind, dude. I was like, just the way he would jump and not hit the flowers on the pipe and everything.
Yeah.
It was like he would perfectly time it to where he hit it. And basically, the feet are running over its head, but it doesn't kill you or something. Like
Huh.
he's like a hack in the system. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
holy
looks like
shit.
he's touching them, but it's like not.
He just like it doesn't count or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, dude.
Did you guys read that Ready Player One book?
No, I heard they're making a movie. But
Yeah, Spielberg's doing the movie. The book was pretty sick, especially if you grew up on video games.
Sun
Yeah.
freaks me out every time.
And there's
I forgot about that.
he's gonna get you. But yeah, so basically, there's like this whole section where he has to beat like Pac-Man, like, and there's this hack that I guess is real because I looked it up after I read the book,
Yeah.
and it's just like you hide in a corner from all the blinkies, and like you get like the super high score.
No way.
And I'm like, damn, this guy did like a ton of research on writing this book, and it's pretty dope. Oh fuck, son.
I always thought that was like the sun-kissed son. Or
Yeah. Did you look away from it? No, those are the other guys.
That's the ghost.
Oh god, it's so cool.
It's fucked up.
That's awesome.
This is
dude.
hard.
No, this level's hard. I don't even remember this level.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Like, not even,
Yeah, but that like the whole book is like a bunch of like amazing geek shit that like of course
That's
someone
cool,
like me
dude.
would love.
I didn't realize that's what that was about. I thought it was just like a cool name to have for a movie where they like. I thought they were like inside robots and they had to like fight inside not a video game, but like a weird what the fuck? Like I don't know what I thought, but like because I only saw one like production like behind the scenes photo or something, and it just looked like they're in this wasteland place, and I thought they had to like Hunger Games it against each other or something, and like, you know what I mean?
It's not post-apocalyptic, but it's like basically, you know, the
Hey, we're doing some things.
yeah, basically the world. Everybody lives in the internet, like it's virtual reality.
Oh, like the Matrix.
And there's this rich dude who invented the Matrix, basically.
Yeah.
And when he died, he set up this game only for people who really love the 80s. And like if you beat the game,
cool.
you own the internet, basically.
Wow. I like this idea.
Yeah, and so this kid is one of
so close.
This kid is one of these people who like they devote their lives to like trying to beat the game because it's been like 15 years since he set up the game and nobody's beat it.
Right.
And you know that's your main character, and so
Right. He's player one or whatever.
well he's
The main character.
the main character, yeah. Because it's like Ready Player One, because like I think one of the video games you play at the beginning, like the first clue he figures out is some video game, and it says Ready Player One. You gotta turn the coins into steps. You gotta hit that button that we keep dying on.
All right,
That's
good call.
it.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
That makes
All right,
sense.
here you go, tough guy.
You hit the button, the pound sign, it turns everything to
See,
to
three of
coins.
us together. I think we
Yeah.
got this.
But so the kid does the things in like all kinds of 80s shit, like
Dude,
it's
that's gonna
pretty
be
dope.
awesome, man.
Yeah, and
I
like
had no idea.
Monty Python jokes and fucking war games with Matthew Broderick jokes
Yeah.
and
That's great.
all kind. And then like you know Spielberg ran the 80s, so
Yeah.
a lot of Spielberg shit in the book, and
Oh, duh. No
and
wonder
then when he
optioned it.
yeah when they said he was gonna like produce it, I was like, all right, but it'd be dope if and then he's gonna direct it, so it's like okay, because you know with Spielberg he's the only person who ever got Mickey Mouse and freaking Bugs Bunny to be in the same movie. Well,
Yeah, Roger Rabbit.
there's a lot of shit that like only Spielberg could get going. Like obviously like the DeLorean,
Yeah.
but like Ghostbusters and like all that 80s shit that like nobody else could really get the rights for.
Even Star Wars, dude, you probably could.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's Star Wars in there too. So
Because in '83 was when Return of the Jedi
Yep.
came out, right?
and then 80 is when Empire. So
Yeah.
basically like if they get all the rights, which I think they will, it's gonna be dope. And then they've got like fucking Ultraman from Japan and like
Really?
yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm
Yeah.
gonna love this movie.
Yeah, and there's so
Sounds
much.
cool.
There's so much.
It's gonna be like a big mashup, basically.
Yeah,
of
it's
of
just
everything.
huge.
It's like
huge
good
mashup.
pixels.
Yeah, basically.
Is that what they
Pixels
made?
actually made money, so
Or even like Wreck-It Ralph.
Is that why they made Pixels? Because they were like, oh, this will be like the pre-one, and like we'll get all the
well,
money.
Pixels was a short film that like I don't know how they decided to like turn it into a feature.
Yeah.
But I think the idea would have been better than the execution. You know, anytime you get Peter Dinklage and like don't use him at all. it's
Yeah,
kind of
dude,
insane.
that was dumb. Donkey Kong bullshit.
It's timed. You gotta go quick. You gotta go quick.
Oh,
The music.
Jesus
Hear the
Christ,
music.
Rico.
Hear the music. You can't kill the sun with fire. How are you supposed to kill the sun with fire? That's
You need a
impossible.
water suit, man.
Yeah, you need a froggy.
Oh yeah. Did they-
Oh, almost
that's
there.
this-
Oh, you dirty
It's
bitch.
Oh
God.
shit. Oh man.
It's horrible.
I watched Pixels, I think, at my buddy Luke's place when I was in Philly. Like
Yeah.
one night, he's like, "Oh, I got all these movies I downloaded on a flash drive. If you want to watch them." Like, all right. So I was going to sleep and I just put it on and I was like, "Dude, this movie sucks." Like, I didn't realize how bad it was until I saw the trailer and I was like, "This probably won't be good." But then when I played it, or when I was actually watching it, I was like, "Holy shit!"
I didn't watch it
story is
just because
terrible.
everyone said it's so bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not even gonna bother them.
But I love bad movies, but like when it's so bad that you can't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like-
It's got to be a particular type of bad, right?
Yeah,
Like
I just
Nicolas
watched
Cage bad.
Death Race 2020 or something like that. Roger Corman movie.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen that. You know.
Yeah, it just came out. It's a new one.
Oh.
Yeah, he produced it, but he didn't direct it.
Wasn't there an original one?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and like so, but this is so bad, but it's funny. Like you enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That Pixels, from what I understand, you don't even enjoy it. Like you just.
Nah, it's just like you're like.
I mean, that's how Sandler movies have been in general. Like the past 10 years.
I didn't mind. It was shitty. Like the story's always bad, but like the one that he had on Netflix recently, where David Spade's like the bank worker.
The hateful eight there, or the disgusting eight, or something.
Oh no, that one was weird too.
Oh okay, I didn't see that.
Vanilla Ice had a cool cameo as Mark Twain in that movie.
That
was the only good part, or the part where they're trying to explain baseball. That part was kind of cool. But with John Turturro, he's like inventing baseball, and they keep like kicking his ass at baseball, so he starts making up all these stupid rules.
Fuck, I don't know what I was doing.
Oh, so you were beyond close. Good effort. Good song.
The other one was called like the Do-Over or something.
Yeah.
And it was shitty, but it was kind of funny. You know.
That one, someone else was the star though, right? Was that Kevin James the star?
David Spade.
God, I just walked
David
right
Spade
into
was
it.
in that one.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like the main supporting guy. Oh yeah, my bad.
Fireball, yeah.
My bad.
We lied to all your fans because I don't know if I can beat this shit. unless Rico pulls it out.
Rico's got this, dude. He's really good at video games. Actually, he's kind of like a naturally talented video game player.
Like Fred Savage's brother in The Wizard?
Yes! I thought that movie was the shit.
Yeah, how sad is it? I don't know any of the characters' names. I know Fred Savage has a brother.
Right.
That's all I got.
He was called, what was it called? The Natural? No, not The Natural. What was it called?
The movie was The Wizard.
The Wizard, okay.
I just don't remember like anything other than the title and the fact that Fred Savage was in it.
I remember that they went to Universal Studios.
Yes.
And they rode the ride, and I was like, I want to ride that ride.
Yeah.
Like, that whole movie was just one long-ass commercial.
Yep.
And it didn't even try to be not a commercial, you know? Like, they really didn't even try.
Yeah, it was just a commercial.
It's just a giant commercial.
Yeah. And they didn't even need a commercial for this game. Everybody was so hyped for it.
But the kid, he never even played the game, and he already knew how to, like, fly, and, like...
Yeah, he knew how to go behind the white...
Yeah,
like,
chick's like, no, do this and that. It's like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah, it's like, okay, I know it's, like, cool to like autistic kids, nothing wrong with that, but... but how did he got superpowers? When did that shit happen?
I had no idea he was, like, autistic when I was a kid.
Yeah. I was like, I knew he was special when I was a kid, but I was like, how does he have superpowers? Is that why he's special? Like, I'm confused. I feel like an asshole, and I'm only like 6.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's amazing.
But like seriously, as a kid, I'm like, why did he know that? It's a brand new game.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
no, you already.
It makes you feel kind of like less of a person too, because you're like this kid who's special.
Fucking retard knows how to play the game.
Whoa, he's special. He's special.
We can't use that word.
Can't use that word.
Dude, the last bar, or one of the last bars I worked at.
Oh, I'm so bad at that.
My boss's son was retarded, or he was.
We need to just use the fucking tail. That's what you need to do, so we can just fly over this shit.
Or the P-wing. So my boss's son was like retarded or whatever, and so like we'd be at the bar, and he'd always come around the corner like the worst time or whatever. Like anytime you're doing something wrong, he would show up somehow. And so the one time he comes around the corner, I was like, oh, that's retarded. And he goes, you can't say that word. My son's retarded. And I was like, you just fucking said retarded. You called your son retarded. Like, that's not cool. And he's like,
oh my God.
He's like, you got a point there. But he was kind of like, he's from the East Coast. He's like such a dick, you know? And so he would just say that because he just wanted to break your balls about it. Like, he didn't actually care that you were saying retarded, you know? Oh my God. This sucks, you guys. I'm doing a Seth Rogen. Oh my God, that was not my best performance.
I'm gonna take Will's advice.
Yeah, Will's good at advice.
It's one of my 2 talents.
Oh, so the other thing is, that's how me and Will met, but we actually ended up being in film school together.
Yeah.
So that's how we like actually ended up hanging out.
True.
And I remember like anytime I wanted to like meet a chick that I didn't have the balls to talk to, he was the guy to introduce you, like break the ice. He was the best.
He's the wingman.
Yes.
No, dude, he was good at getting his own chicks, but then he'd be like, oh, do you want some chicks too? Because I talk to these girls, and I'm like, what? How do you do that?
I don't know where that
Would you like some chicks?
random.
We have chicks. Yeah, he has so much confidence.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I think I aged
Well,
out
you
of
got
it.
married, dude.
Is that what happened? That's exactly
Well,
what
you
happened.
don't need it anymore.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I'm
true. Nah, but I want some of that youthful confidence back just in other aspects of life.
Right.
Just, in every, like, hey boss, give me some money. Why? Because
Right.
I'm good looking.
Because I want it. Hobbits is, oh my god.
Because I'm attractive, and so I should get stuff.
Oh shit.
Give me things.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, dude. This guy was the best, dude. And he was always like the one that like looked out for everybody. Cause like he would drink, but not nearly as much as anybody else that we knew. And like even with his friends in high school, he would tell me like he was always that guy that would be like, all right, give me all your car keys, guys. Don't fuck around. You know what I
It's
mean?
just easier that way.
No, and he was
On your
always,
conscience.
yeah, no, he was awesome. He would just make sure everybody was all right, you know. Even the chicks, like if they were getting dogged by some dude, he'd be like, all right, let me step in and handle this shit.
Have to.
No, it was great, man. Like,
And I got fucked you in this.
Oh, did you fall to your death? Wait, real quick.
One more again.
Oh man.
No, I always felt like it was kind of like my karmic payback because like I'm like the
Why,
biggest.
what'd you do?
I'm the biggest perv on the planet, right? So
Are you?
like I have to protect people because like there's being pervy and then there's like being an asshole.
Right.
You know?
And you're definitely a nice guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's just like I like tits and ass. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a
Ain't nothing
crime.
wrong with that.
No, not a crime. Damn it.
Oh, dude, that reminds me.
It sucks.
When I first met him, the first time I went to Will's house, he's like, "Oh, hey, come in my room, dude. It's like right here." I walk in, it's like every Maxim, every stuff, every picture of a chick ever. It was like whole walls, like
Yeah.
all 3 walls. That wasn't a closet. Was like all pictures of chicks, like everywhere, dude.
That was
I
my
By the way,
wallpaper.
I like chicks.
By the way, I'm
He's like,
straight.
Hey, D-Ray, come in here. Yeah, I don't like penises, alright? Look around, okay? Don't fucking touch my butt anymore. That was one time, and she told us to do it. Yeah, for real.
I think back to those days and I wonder why I like did that, and I realized I was bored one day, and I thought I wondered if I really could cover every space of the wall with pictures of chicks,
Right?
Because I had all these magazines that I wanted to throw out. I was like, well, shit, might as well use all these pictures.
So it was a conscious effort.
Yeah, I was like, let me see if I can literally.
Oh.
And like, I remember I was plastering my wall with pictures, and like,
Is that what you call it?
yeah,
It's plaster.
yeah, plaster. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how I glued it on there.
We know.
We figured it out.
That's
But,
so awful.
but no, there was a grate like for the air conditioning, and there were like these little like 2-inch by 2-inch space,
Yeah.
and I was like, maybe I can find a picture that'll fit there. So I would flip through the pages and be like, fuck it, I found a picture. It'll work. It'll work.
Dude, it was like fucking wall to wall shit. I just thought he liked to jerk off in like 360, you know? He's just like, what else you got? What else you got? Over here? You want some? You're like,
You know what's funny is that makes way more sense than why I really did it, which was seriously just because I was bored and I was like, I should cover every inch.
oh man.
Like, I wish that was why I did it, because that would make so much more sense. Like, half,
That's all good.
my 90%, I was gonna say half my life, but no, about 90% of my life would make more sense, like, with a crazier explanation, other than like
Right.
a stupid reason, like, oh shit, I should fucking try it. Why not?
Well, this whole podcast is called Slanted Board. Like, we literally have weird, slanted opinions of life, and we're bored, so we play video games.
Yeah.
So,
Makes
But-
perfect sense.
so we
Makes-
totally get you.
I don't know why. I forgot about that until you mentioned it too, and then I just remembered. Like, I remember spending hours cutting out pictures, like trying to fill like these random holes, like, oh, and then I got all artistic
I
and
think
shit.
that's where it is, the psychological part. He was
Yeah.
just trying to fill holes.
Fill holes right there. So true.
Freudian.
Beyond Freudian.
I keep forgetting to just even get a freaking mushroom or anything at the beginning. I just start because I'm excited. I get to play them.
I get to play. I'm gonna survive this time. I swear.
Oh, you're still gonna die.
Yeah.
I don't give shit.
You're gonna fall in the hole, bro.
Don't forget, you gotta bounce on those things. Ah!
I told you.
So you're not
Oh,
killing me, son.
I'm gonna do it myself.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
okay.
You got this. Just fly over all the things. But yeah. But yeah, me and Will were in film school together, and dude, it was a lot of fun. I had a great
One of
time.
my favorite memories, like, of all college, actually, was this dude. So it was our finals, right? It was our finals for our
I don't even know what he's gonna say.
our
right now.
beginning,
I'm
our
excited.
beginning. God, fuck, I suck at this game. For our beginning filmmaking class, and what we had to do is we had to edit a film with not synced sound, so the sound couldn't be synced. So,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
so this guy, he'd been missing, like, because we always hung out all the time, but like we all were doing our projects or whatever, but I hadn't seen him in forever.
Yeah.
And
So I was editing.
yeah, oh, fuck, I suck.
I was
So
locked in a room for 2 weeks.
you know, this was back in the day, and so he had this giant hard drive. I saw him
I
carrying
still- I
around.
still have it.
And that thing was like what, like 5 gigs?
120 gigs.
120
At
gigs.
the time, that was revolutionary.
Yeah, and it was like bigger than this
That was like
Nintendo.
$150.
Yeah, and so he had this hard drive he'd carry around, and he was like editing like crazy. And I remember the one question this dude asked in class was like, "Can we use footage from like feature films?" And they're like, "Yeah, as long as there's no sync sound, right?" And so
Yeah.
we're like, "Okay, cool." So
Yeah, what was the initial project? It was like found footage too, right? Like
it was non-sync sound, and then like you had to use like.
Like baby footage or something.
Yeah, like no, that was the first project. The second
Oh.
project all was non-sync sound, and you could use any footage you wanted.
Oh, that's right.
You could shoot your own, or you could use it. You just fucked yourself over. Oh my god! And the sun.
No!
Ah! Can we play it
That
on
was gonna be
level?
epic.
I'm just excited to hear the story.
All right, where was it? Okay, so this dude. So I hadn't seen him for a while, and he didn't have a cell phone. Like he was the one person who didn't have a cell phone in college.
Not
And
even
so,
once.
I called,
never had a cell
yeah, I called his mom, right? And I was like, "Have you seen him?" You know, I called him D-Ray.
Have you seen this white boy?
Yeah. And I was like, "Have you seen D-Ray?" And she was like, "No, you know, he's editing." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "The project's due today." And I was like, "Everybody's done it, you know." But whatever, the class was at like 4 o'clock, and so I was like, "Well, he's probably gonna wait till the last minute, whatever."
What the fuck?
You know me very well.
Yes. And so I remember class starts, and he's not in class. I'm like, "Fuck, he's gonna be screwed," because this is like the final, right?
So pretty much our whole grade.
And so like the door opens like with like 30 seconds before class starts, and he comes in and like with sunglasses on, and he looks hungover, and he collapses next to us, you know, next to our little group, and I was like, "You finished?" He's like, "Fuck yeah." I was like, "All right," and like in my mind, I'm like, "Oh man, I hope it doesn't suck, right?"
Right.
And so we
Yeah,
watched,
'cause, like-
because we watch everyone's film. We watch mine. Like this dude helped me out a lot on mine. Like he got me the actors because his boys were in town, and
Oh,
I
that's
needed,
right. Yeah,
I needed,
Kyle and
Kyle
Hayden all
and
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so
I forgot about that.
so I needed like tough guys, and he was like, "Oh, my boys from NorCal are gonna be out the same weekend you're shooting.
Yeah.
Like, buy them some food, and like we can totally like
Good.
make a movie." And so we took them to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. But
Which is awesome.
but that's it's in the story, but beside the story. But anyway, so we went. So we watched my movie, and it was good. You know, we enjoyed it, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And everybody else's movie was good, and this fool, you know, he went last because he showed up late. And,
Yeah, the last one there.
and then like everybody, like even the teacher was like, "Oh God," right? So we
Right.
put on the thing.
Yeah.
This motherfucker edited this like beautiful fucking like art piece that like literally people's mouths were open at the end of it, and I was like, "What the fuck, D-Ray?" That shit was amazing. He's like, "I'm so tired. How was it?"
I couldn't even watch it.
Yeah, I was like, it was fucking dope, dude. And like,
Oh, that's
our
cool.
instructor was like, did you guys see what he just did there? And I was like, yeah, we all just watched it. He's like, can I watch it again? Dude, the instructor watched it again.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just...
Well, I look like such a
Encore.
fuck up, you know.
yeah,
Like,
he did. He looked like a straight
I mean, I
fuck.
act like one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I could understand his surprisement.
But it was like linear, like there was like a story like arc, and you could tell like what he was trying to say, and like the shit was cut together well, and it was scenes from a ton of good movies that he cut together.
Oh,
And this is before YouTube. That's how old we are, you know. And so like that's
Adam
the type of
Films
shit.
was like the only thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
type of shit that like is on YouTube now. Is people cut together like fake
Yeah.
trailers.
Right, like a sizzle reel.
Yeah, a sizzle reel with. But this was like the first time I'd seen something like that because there was no YouTube, and so
Right.
that blew me away, and everybody in class too. And then this dude didn't even apply to the film program. he wanted to graduate sooner.
Well, I was in the film program.
Yeah, but
I
you didn't
wasn't-
apply to the production program.
You know what? You know the only reason?
So you could graduate sooner.
Well, and it costs a lot of money.
Well, it costs a lot of money too.
Because
Shit.
I mean, how much money you spent on your senior film?
Too much? Like probably around
Thousands,
$1,000.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I I didn't have it, dude.
Yeah.
I was hella poor, man. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
really
Oh yeah. No, I know because I paid off. It took me 6 years to pay that shit off. Put it on
For
credit cards. Yeah.
Jesus. See,
Yeah,
that's
and-
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, and I didn't even get to make it. Like, I didn't even finish it. You know what I mean? Like, I had so much drama with my project,
I remember.
and
I was already graduated. I couldn't even help you with it. I was
yeah,
already
you were
in
in
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah, but like I just don't say anything.
Yeah! With the star. With the star. You're the man, Rico.
Yeah, but you know, like I kind of wish I had like. I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020. I wish I'd gone back and like do it different. You know?
Of course. But that's the whole point of doing it, right?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Learning. You're learning from the experience, whether it was good or bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I really didn't have the money, and I wanted to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to
I
graduate.
remember
And now
that.
that I think about it, and not that I didn't want to come here, but if I thought about it more, like, I would have just stayed in college, like, another year.
Yeah.
And, like, really taken my time and enjoyed it, because, like, that one semester, I took, like, 21 credits.
Yeah.
And that figured, dude, I was dying.
Yeah.
21 credits.
I did
you never
22 and 23.
Fuck that.
Did you?
Yeah, for 2
Oh.
semesters. Because the first semester.
Why did you have to do that?
Well, okay, the first time I did it was I didn't get into the film program, right? Because they only let X number of kids in.
Right. Oh, that's right.
And I
remember this.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck. Okay, well, I guess I'm graduating with D-Ray, you know, because I'm not gonna be in the production program.
Yeah.
And then one dude got into NYU, and so he
You dipped
he
out.
dipped out. I was first alternate. So, but I didn't. It was the second week of the semester, and I was like, I don't want to leave these classes because I like these classes, but I want to get in the production track. So I had to petition to get 23 units. Or actually, no, like, hold on. So at the time I was taking 18, so it would have been 21 units.
Right.
You know, because I wanted to graduate as quick as I could.
Right.
So I was taking 18 units, and so to add another 3 to be in the film production,
That's
like,
brutal, dude.
yeah. Actually, no, wait.
Plus, it's all theory
No, I
classes.
had
at
to
that point.
take film production and cinematography, so it was 23 units that semester.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then I did it, like, again, what happened was my last semester, this is why I had to marry her. My last semester, my wife, no, lots of reasons, but my wife had me apply for this scholarship, right? And when I applied for the scholarship, part of it is, like, to get your transcripts, and in my transcripts, they're like, you didn't finish this GE requirement. And I was like,
Oh,
no,
really?
I did every G, I know I did every G. And I'm looking at it, I was like, oh shit, I didn't do this GE.
Wow.
And so, because of her, because I applied to that scholarship, I didn't have to do the grad check, because when you do a grad check, they say, oh, hey, you didn't do this, and you have to do it, or else you won't graduate. And usually,
right.
it takes a while for them to do the grad check, so you have to wait like a whole nother semester.
Right.
But because I applied to that scholarship, I knew, and so I had to petition to take 21 units
Oh, that's so
so I
crazy.
could graduate, because I had to take that GE class
Yeah.
that I didn't go to. Like, I seriously went to it like 3 times. I still got a B because it was a kid class, you know,
Yeah,
it was for
whatever.
18-year-olds,
Yeah.
you know, and so I think it was
And we were mature 22-year-olds.
22, we were
Right,
ancient,
right. Yeah.
so,
Dude, I feel like a day hasn't gone by, though, at the same time. Like, seeing
Yeah.
you again, dude, it just feels exactly
yeah, it's
the same.
crazy, right?
And you look young still, so...
It's because I'm black.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Black don't
Sorry you look good.
Black don't crack.
Sorry about it. But,
It's and Native Americans, I got, you know,
yeah, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
You got some Japanese, too?
Shut
Don't you?
Nah, Japanese. I'm everything but Asian, pretty much. But technically, if I'm Native
No, I knew that. I
American,
was just
yeah. But I'll take it, you know.
Yeah, dude.
I'll take
I'll
the
allow
Oda.
it.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, no, dude, every once in a while, like, Sean
Yeah.
will hit me up and just say, what's up, real quick.
Yeah.
Remember him? Like, the one where the guy got shot
Yes.
down his production? That was
Yes.
nuts, dude.
I used to see a lot of people like the first like 5-6 years out of college, and then like it just fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never-
Since we're talking about college, you know, 2 of our classmates got nominated for Academy Award, right?
I saw it because he posted on Facebook, but
Yeah.
it was, no.
Yeah. No, and Jacqueline. Jacqueline.
Dude, his movies trip me out. Like,
Yeah.
he's so smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
he was always, like,
He's way too.
artistic as
Yeah.
shit. Like, his
Yeah.
movies were, like, always hella good.
Yeah, he produced it, and so he's actually like went to the Academy. He's actually going. You know, it sucks because she was the cinematographer, so she.
I didn't know they were working together.
Yeah, they made a feature written by. Is she ever gonna read it?
Cats? I don't know.
No, written by a friend of ours named Megan, who I had a different nickname for.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
What was her nickname? I can't remember.
What was her
I can't
nickname?
remember because I haven't been drinking tonight, but for some reason I still can't remember. I still can't remember because.
Don't worry, she don't listen to this.
Yeah.
You can say her name.
We called her Stripper Megan.
Stripper Megan.
You
Yeah,
should explain to Rigo. Sorry, you haven't been talking the whole
Stripper
time.
Megan.
Stripper Megan was a girl we went to film school with. She was actually.
Should I save it?
I already said this.
She's an amazing human being. I'm not just saying that because I called her Stripper Megan, because she was a really nice girl. But the problem was, before we knew anything about her, we made up her nickname and stuff.
Yeah, we saw her in class.
Yeah, we had like, you know.
Did she ever know
that we called her Stripper Megan?
Did you ever tell her?
I don't think so.
I remember going to her house, meeting her boyfriend that one time, like when she lived in Huntington Beach or whatever.
Yeah.
She invited us over to that party.
Yeah. No, I don't think she ever knew that we called her Stripper Megan. But no, she was a very nice girl, and she is a very nice girl, and she has, you know, very large fake boobs. Yeah. And so when we met her,
I wasn't paying attention.
I
was thinking about her boobs.
You did the pantomime for boobs when you're trying to play video games. You can't do the pantomime for boobs.
I was thinking about. I was like, her boobs were really nice.
Yeah, but she had large fake boobs, and so when we met her, it was just in like a regular English class. But it was
right.
It was an English class that everybody who like film majors took. And so, like, we're talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a film major." We're like, "Oh, so are we?" You know, and we're like,
yes,
there's a stripper. There's a stripper.
That was our chance.
Yeah. But, you know, turns out, you know, she just had low self-esteem, so.
But she, like he said, she was really nice.
And she's super smart, and she went to UCLA and got her master's in screenplay and screenwriting, and so she wrote a film for Jacun, and Nasheen Jacun directed it. Nasheen.
Is it a short film?
No, it's a feature.
What?
It's called 20 Rules for Sophie. It's about this girl.
The fuck?
This girl who goes to college, and basically her dad, he you know, doesn't feel safe that his daughter's going to college, and so he goes to college for like a weekend and makes these 20 rules, like, and it's like, you know, don't smoke pot and all this stuff. And of course, he does everything that's in the rule book, right? He smokes pot, he gets drunk, he rides on motorcycles, all the shit he tells her not to do.
Nice.
I still haven't seen it because it was in Switzerland.
Okay.
You can download it, but
so it gets nominated for best foreign picture?
No, that they made 2 years ago. That was a feature, and then because of that feature, you know, Jacun talked this guy, his buddy who's directed the short film, into using Nasheen.
She's a good
DP. Yeah, she's an amazing DP. Like I've given her information to people, like, and they've been like, "Damn, she's dope." I'm like, "Yeah, I wish I could afford her." But no,
she is out here, and I didn't get to see her. She's so busy.
Yeah, she works so much, but yeah. So he sold her. He sold her to this guy because he saw her work, and he's like, "Yeah, she's good." And you know, they made this movie and they got nominated.
He sold her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I know.
He sold Stripper Megan to this guy.
But yeah, so and they got nominated for Academy Award, and like I seen the you know, the trailer, and you know, it looks dope, and
really? Awesome.
Like visually it looks dope, and the story I'm sure is good because it got nominated for Academy Award. But it looks like a cute movie. It's not. I don't want to sound mean, but I don't think it's gonna win because it's like a sweet movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's probably gonna go to something that's more dark or
sure.
But not because they don't deserve it. It's just because I think that's what's gonna happen.
The Academy votes.
That's the way the Academy votes. But every once in a while, they actually vote for like a nice, good movie. You know what I mean? That's like a good story and shot well and shit. But which I hope for them because it's good for us, like as graduates of the same school, and good because like you know they're friends and people that we know and
I hope good things happen.
Yeah, but I mean, Jacun on his Facebook, he already put pictures that went to the Academy Award party last weekend for all the nominees, and like he got to meet like fucking Jeff Bridges and like all kinds of people. Anyone who got nominated is at this thing.
That's awesome.
So that's dope for him right there. And then the dude who directed the short, he's making some big movie in Switzerland about the Eiffel Tower. It's gonna be a big budget movie, and he already got it. And like Jacun's not producing that, but like I mean, right there, you know, like it's already good things. Like I was telling, I work at a college, people. Anyways, I was telling my students at the college that I work at, like one of the thing that's crazy is like since they're in Europe, short movies actually mean something in Europe. Like here, like you make a short movie, if you're lucky, you get like someone looking at you, you know. But realistically speaking, you gotta make a short movie, and if someone's like, "Oh, we'll give you a couple bucks, you make a feature," you know. But in Europe, you could make a living making short films, and that's cool. I mean, if you want to, I'm sure Jacun wants to go into like making features.
Yeah, so that's why there's so many like short films that come from Europe.
Yeah, because they actually care about art.
Those dummies.
Idiots.
We just like Transformers.
Yeah, exactly. Transformers.
I like the robot.
Did you see the trailer where Optimus punches Bumblebee and you're like, oh my god, why are they fighting? They love each other.
Yeah.
No,
I just don't care.
I got halfway through the trailer and I turned it off. That's like the first time. Like that's how much I don't care.
I mean, it's one of those things where you have to see it in the theater because like you can't see it anywhere else. But then again, like ever since I had kids, like I'm like I don't want to waste my theater time on movies that I don't really want to see. Like Logan, I'll go see that shit because I want to see it in the theater.
I'm looking forward to that.
Transformers, no, I think I'd rather like spend the babysitter money on Baywatch than Transformers, just because like at least I know I'll get some laughs, you know.
Yeah.
And Alexandria Daddario is my second wife. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've already got the okay from my wife.
Oh nice.
She's like, if you can get her, go for it. And I'm like, well, maybe. I don't know.
I'll try.
True Detective's amazing.
You still got the swagger, dude.
I'm like, hey, Alexandra, you're like beyond hot. Now you got 2 kids. How about, you know?
You want to watch my kids?
Yeah, you want to watch my kids?
I'll take my wife out.
But no, that's just like, I don't know. Transformers just, I don't even know how I got on that topic. Oh, yeah, Rico.
Because I mentioned it.
Yeah, Rico talked about it, but yeah, that's.
Well, you guys saw the 4th one? You see the 4th one?
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's Transformer. I think it's Transformer.
He's always out of breath there.
It hurts his brain, you know, so he's got to take some deep breaths. And,
Dude, we can't talk bad about Marky Mark in case he comes on the show. So we gotta.
Say hi to your mother for me.
yeah.
Say hi to your mother for me. Hello, goat.
Hey, I like your beard.
I
I'll
can't
go
be
get the
laughing. I
phone.
can't be laughing while I'm playing. I
This
can't.
guy.
Oh.
Oh man. What's the secret, Rico? Where do I gotta go to
Yeah,
like?
I
beat
can't-
this
there's
shit?
too
I don't know,
doors.
dude.
You were doing good though. It seemed like. I don't know where to go. But yeah, when I was halfway through the 4th movie in the theater. I was watching it when I was in New York.
Transformers?
Yeah, and like I just went by myself because I was visiting my grandmother in New York, and so you know she goes to bed at like 5:30 in the afternoon. I wasn't paying attention.
Same place from last time.
Exactly.
Well, I didn't know the floor moved.
You always turn around at that same point.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
I'm all excited because I went through the door.
Hey, look, he's gonna fall.
But yeah, I was halfway through the movie and I just felt like the fatigue, dude. I think it's a literal transformer fatigue. I was just
It
like,
hurts your eyes. It hurts your head. Like
Everything.
you keep
My
hoping
soul.
there's gonna be a plot and there's not, and you're just like, fuck.
yeah, I really did. I thought there was gonna be cool things and there just wasn't at all. And like cool things happened, but I still didn't care. But I think because the last 30 minutes of the 3rd one was kind of dope. Like you know that like
with the dinosaur and shit.
Well, no, the
Was
last
that the
30
third
minutes
That's the 4th one.
of the 3rd one.
Yeah,
I'm
the
saying
3rd one because when they thought they weren't gonna make any more.
the 3rd one bought me the ticket to the 4th one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The last 30 minutes.
What was the third
squirrel
one?
suits. Dude, that was when you were here.
Yeah.
No, because, dude, remember this shit? Okay, that fucking girl that was in the movie we made,
Yeah.
she was like a stripper, yeah? Like,
Yeah.
or something. She was like a retarded hooker or something. Remember, she just wouldn't stop talking? I mean, she's like us, but like, she was a chick, and I gave her a ride to the movie. She worked at the counter with us,
Yeah.
and she was dumb as a fucking bag of rocks. And like, and she
Wait,
was in
was
the
it
movie.
the short one?
She was in the movie. The one that you made, Will made.
Oh,
That we were shooting
one.
with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
You were like the main character.
Yeah.
And that girl that was in it. And then Will did like a photo shoot of her after.
Yeah.
That one. And then he probably still has those photos.
Yeah, they're on my Instagram right now. For Throwback Thursday, I
Are you-
took some shit because I was like, I'm going to Hawaii. Here's some pictures I took in Hawaii. Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, they're on the Instagram.
Oh, dude, we gotta look at it. But alright, but that's hella funny, dude.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, yeah, that was Transformers 3 because we
Oh,
like
yeah.
went after work. And
I
like,
totally forgot about
Yeah.
that shit.
and like she didn't have a ride, so I was like, oh, you can ride with me. And then I thought she was like almost pretty, you know. But as we're riding there, I'm
She
like,
takes good pictures.
I was like, I can't stand this chick. She kept touching my radio, and I was like, you never seen Rush Hour?
Oh,
And
this
she's like,
guy.
what's Rush Hour? I was like, how old are you? Are you like 15? And she's like, no, I'm like 20. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then, but dude, she just said the dumbest things, and I was like, and we got to the movie, and I was like, somebody got a muzzle for this chick. And then we went to sit down. She went to sit next to me, and I got up and walked to the other side. I was like,
I remember that
fuck
shit.
this.
And my wife was like, "What the fuck is going on? Who's this chick?" And I was like, he works with her, but I don't know. She's interesting.
Oh my god, dude, that shit was nuts. Oh wait, are we?
Just load the thing.
Okay, I'll load the thing, guys.
There you go.
All right, here we go. We're totally sober. We're just retarded at playing video games.
Yeah. Well, this is a very complicated game that when we were 8 years old,
This
we
level's
played.
complicated as shit.
But yeah, so anyway, the point is that's so funny that's when you were here.
Yeah.
We started talking about it, but like the squirrel suits and all that shit. I was like, oh, this is awesome. And
Who had squirrel suits?
the guys that
Yeah.
were like going to kill the
They
Transformers.
slide down the side of the building and shit. Like it's basically Michael Bay jerking off.
Right. But it was cool. Like
Yeah,
I
it
liked
was cool.
watching him jerk off that time.
Yeah, like that one time I watched him jerk off was cool.
Ah, shit. But
One time I saw Michael Bay jerk off. It was cool.
There's explosions everywhere when he came. But watching that made me okay. I'll watch one more, and then I watched that movie, and all I could think was like, all right, if they don't go to Cybertron in the next movie, I'm gonna murder Michael Bay myself. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the movie, they basically tease it.
Oh yeah.
And then now I saw this new trailer, and they're not on Cybertron, and I was like, fuck this movie. Like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm over it.
And then they decide, like, okay, what's the one villain we haven't done? How about Optimus Prime as a villain? Let's do that, guys.
Ooh, yeah.
And then they were like trying to tie it into other toy lines. Like, if I'm a huge nerd, people. So, anyways, on all the nerd sites, like basically they're gonna make a mask, Micronauts, and another '80s property.
Micronauts was about
Visionaries.
people.
Yeah, Micronauts was this about these miniature robots, which is funny because they have Transformers. So why do you want miniature robots? But whatever.
And
they have like this whole brain trust of shitty writers that they got together to write plots. You can crush those with your tail. You know that, right?
Yep.
All right, just making sure. So
So
this one's like the movie that like kind of like they're trying to make a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
They're trying to hook up G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They were trying to do G.I. Joe, but then like all the actors in G.I. Joe got too big, so they can't do that shit. Channing Tatum and The Rock and like all those people.
Like literally got too big, or
yeah, they got too big.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, The Rock is huge, but
it's pretty.
But so this one's like gonna try and like tie into their other cinematic universe, and so it's gonna be interesting.
Excited.
Yeah, no. There's a secret door that just showed up. I think that's the one you have to take. What are you doing? Why are you running away from it?
This one is the secret one.
Oh, I'm sorry, expert.
No, I already ran through all that. That's why I
ran through all these holes already. What are you doing? I gotta get all the coins.
No, I'm not getting the coins. I'm just trying to get up there. I'm dead.
Nope, no good. Oh, but you don't have a tail.
Balls.
I wish I had a tail.
I noticed your dog.
Oh,
really?
I don't even.
No, there's no way.
I know.
I think we have to like because I have no idea what just happened right there.
Me neither.
I'll try once because I'm not a quitter, but. But yeah, so like this movie's just gonna be a giant commercial for the other movies they're gonna make. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like Iron Man 2, where it's like there's some cool shit because you know the ideas are there, but like it's just setting up other shit, and it's not.
You know what sucked is like Iron Man 2 just ended up being kind of shitty, but it didn't really set up that much. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It just set up the idea that they're like
that they can make a lot of money.
Yeah, that there could be that they can make a ton of money, and that there could be people with other powers. I did a D-Ray. I just fucking fell in the same spot.
But no, dude.
But yeah, they're trying to make a cinema. Everybody's trying to make a cinematic universe. They're trying to make a fucking Harry Potter cinematic universe now. Like,
did you see Fantastic Beasts?
No, I have not seen it.
Well, no, I haven't seen it.
I mean,
no. What's kind of funny though, I kind of called this a while ago. I was like, you know what? Like, people are getting tired of like movies and paying stuff, so it's like the only way they'll be able to like keep getting people to keep going to movies all the time.
I totally
is make just giant story arcs that spread across.
Well, if you think about how much money the Lord of the Rings movies, the originals, not the shitty Hobbit movies.
Yeah, that was like the first thing that like really kicked it off. It's like, wow, people are guaranteed coming to these, coming because they want to see the whole story, of course. So.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't wait to see the third one.
One more year. The thing with Hunger Games, they did the same shit, and it's just like
Twilight,
Twilight, same thing.
Nobody watched it in here, probably.
I didn't.
Or did you watch it?
I saw the first one because my niece loved the books, and we took her to see it.
Yeah.
And then we were like, that wasn't so bad. Yeah. And then the second one,
progressively worse.
The second one we saw on the plane, we're like, thank God we didn't pay for this. You know? And yeah, they got worse and worse, and so.
They're gonna play around here.
Yeah.
It's still on the movies.
Yeah.
In the plane. What? You didn't even get hit. It's okay. This one's fine.
But yeah, and it's so true because that's like how people are so fickle now. Like you have to entertain us, and it has to be something worth coming
people
back.
People like continuity too, where it's like, oh, I don't have to think. I can just go watch this, and I kind of know what's going on.
It's the Netflixification. I just made up a word. Netflixification, because everybody likes to.
You heard it here first, folks.
Everybody likes to binge watch. I'm guilty of it too, but like. I remember like it was our sophomore year. Rico was like a baby, but our sophomore year of high school when Seinfeld was ending.
Sucking titties.
Yeah, when Seinfeld was ending, I went to parties like every week at someone else's house to watch Seinfeld. To watch the last like 2 months of Seinfeld, and like we get messed up and like watch Seinfeld and like I remember we stayed sober. I remember we stayed sober for the last 2 episodes though because like we wanted to like remember it.
Yeah.
You know, like, even though we have VCRs and shit, it wasn't the same. It was like, no, you watch it live.
There's no DVR.
Yeah, you watch it live and you talk about it with your friends while it's happening, and then after it happens, you talk about it at school, and it was like it was an event, you know. And
Right.
like, I'm sad that my daughter's never gonna have that. You know, my kids aren't gonna ever have like that kind of eventness. Like, I remember working at Target in high school and driving home from my 11 o'clock shift, like as fast as I could so I could watch Saturday Night Live. Specifically, remember the episode where The Rock was hosting because I was a huge WWF fan. And so I drove my ass home. Yes!
Yeah, I remember that episode.
I drove my ass home so fast because I wanted to make sure I saw, like, The Rock's opening, like, everything. Even though I had the VCR set.
Right.
I was like, I want to see this.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's like, oh, just DVR it now. You know, like, kids aren't going to understand, like, that took, like, love, like, hardcore love. Like, I watched...
That's why we're such big fans of things.
Yeah. And kids aren't. Like, they're only...
like, more things. Like.
Yeah. Like, the kids in college that I know now, like, you tell them about something and they're like, oh, I'll go download all the episodes. And, like, that's cool because you can...
Fuck you!
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you remember, like, before there was a Cartoon Network and, like, if you liked, like, a Japanese anime, you had to, like, go to Blockbuster and wait, like, for, like, every 4 months, like, would come out. And you would see, like, 2 episodes and you would be so excited.
And it'd be like, you'd wait forever for somebody to return it.
Yes.
To and shit.
God, you'd be on the wait list and call and be like, dude, is disc 3 out or whatever? Like, come on. Like, I want that VHS.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'd be like, no, man, it's not in yet. Like, this dude hasn't returned it. Like, shit, I want to know what happened to Goku.
For real, dude. Or like every Saturday morning watching Dragon Ball or whatever,
Yeah.
I think I watched the same episode like 20 times because they just put repeats on all the time.
Yeah.
No, there were different episodes. They just looked the
They
same.
looked the same. Dragon Ball took forever because they fought the same dude like
dude, you know
for
what's
17
funny?
weeks.
Actually, real quick about that, I was like, on Hulu they have all the Dragon Ball Z episodes, and I was like, oh, you know, I always watch it sporadically and all that stuff. I was like, I'm gonna watch it all from the beginning, you know, all that stuff. Dude, I couldn't get past like episode. I think I got to like 30 maybe.
So you didn't get past the Saiyan saga. Because that's seriously like 50 episodes. The same. Like Vegeta. Did he even defeat Vegeta? Did you even get that far?
Actually, you know what? I did get that. It was actually at the Frieza saga.
Okay,
is where I got to.
So you probably got like 50 episodes in.
So
yeah, he knows.
And then like literally like that was it because every episode was like the same. It was like, oh, this is my ultimate form.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, he's so powerful, blah blah blah. And then something comes out of nowhere, and it's like, no, this is my powerful form. And then like he powers up, and then like Frieza's like, no, I have one more ultimate form, and like does that. And it's like, and then like 20 episodes later, haha, actually, I have one super ultimate form. I was just like, no, I'm done.
That's just bad writing.
I can't.
Have you ever heard of Dragon Ball Kai? Like, I never watched it because I'd already seen all the episodes, but basically what they did is they took all the episodes and they edited them down to just plot. So basically, like, a 50-episode story arc, no joke, would
like
drop down to, like, seriously 10 episodes.
Really?
And it's just plot. It's, like, I'm assuming it's probably pretty awesome.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
please
help it.
Left. Through that door. You just have to go right, basically.
Later?
Yeah, right now, just go right.
Over right now?
Yeah. Oh, you guys finally made it past this part.
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Don't curse him.
Talk about the other Dragon Ball thing you're talking about.
Okay.
That was interesting.
So Dragon Ball Kai is like, that's the show. So they basically invented it because they knew American audiences were like, dude, this shit takes forever to watch. And and really nothing happens.
So it's an official thing? Or it's
it's real. Like,
oh, really?
Like Cartoon Network like paid the money to edit everything together.
That's cool.
And it was on like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, like, because you know, and it made them a ton of money and got them new fans for people who hadn't seen it.
Because I know they just came out with a Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super in Japan.
This one?
No, keep going right.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super. I've been watching that. It's very similar to classic Dragon Ball.
Load it, because it's already at that one.
It takes forever.
Yeah, dude. I remember watching like the original episodes.
Yeah.
So you're already here. Just hit start and go left.
So my favorite episode of
go left underneath.
Oh, underneath.
Yeah. Your favorite episode?
No, my favorite episode of Dragon Ball ever is not because it's the best episode, because it is like the epitome of why Dragon Ball is horrible but good at the same time. There's a character named Tien who I love, right? Yeah. He's just like this. He's got 3 eyes, and like he's basically played off as like this pussy compared to like the aliens, right? Because they're so powerful. But he's like this super powerful human, but he never gets his props. Well, it's in the Cell Saga, and it's his episode. But literally the entire episode is him using his powers to knock Cell into a hole.
Uh-huh.
So basically, the entire damn episode, he's floating over a hole. Cell flies 2 feet. He shoots him down. And then 2 minutes later, he's like, I have to keep shooting him down. I have to protect the others. He flies, and he shoots him down. The entire episode.
What?
30 minutes of, like, him just hitting Cell and making him fly and fall down. It is so funny because it's like, oh my god, this is exactly what this show, what's wrong with this show.
Right, 'cause
but
it's
what's
the same
awesome
shit
about this
over
show at the same time, because I love this character, and he's getting, this episode, he's
His-
saving everybody's life.
Yeah.
But it takes a whole episode of him just knocking this dude back in a hole.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when he gets out of the hole, he kicks his ass, and it's over.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And you're just like, dude, he fought him for a whole episode, and now he's a pussy, and like, I'm like, I love this character, but they never give him his props, and
Yeah.
ah,
Oh, dude, Will's a
memories.
guy to talk to for like any like story, anything. Like he's a good writer, and he knows like about all these shows and all. Like
Yeah.
he used to let me borrow like Samurai Champloo and like even Afro Samurai, I think.
Samurai
Or
Jack is back.
Samurai Jack is coming back.
Oh,
I know,
I'm
like,
so
really
stoked.
soon, right?
It's the day before my daughter's birthday. I'm so
There you
excited.
go.
Oh, well, Comic Con was over here, and I actually got to meet,
That's right.
what's his name?
Phil Lamar?
Phil Lamar.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
was
yeah.
there, and he did the panel. He actually went and, like, said what's up to Phil, like, straight up.
Yeah.
He was, like, walking by.
Yeah, he's walking by, and like I almost shit myself a little. Like it was the first time.
Well, I
did
mean,
a
he's in
little
fucking
fangirl
Pulp
thing.
Fiction.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
I
why.
mean,
And I had the jewel shirt on the table. I was like, "Yo, check this shit out."
Yeah.
And then
It was funny, because, like, Phil Lamar was walking by, and then Ray's
I didn't know
literally
what
like,
to say.
"Yo, Phil!"
That's literally
and
what
he looked by, and he went to, like, shake his hand and everything, because, like...
Because I didn't have any words to say. I just literally was like, "Oh, Phil."
You're like in the
Hey.
greatest movie ever. You're in like the greatest animation show. Like
He's done a lot of voice work.
yeah, he
huh?
does. Well,
Yeah,
he
he's
was
done a
Green
lot.
Lantern on Justice League. He's in a ton of shit. Like,
Shit.
Yeah,
dude, that's
a lot of
awesome.
people were asking, like, him all this stuff that I didn't even know. I only knew him from, like,
Mad TV, yeah.
Pulp Fiction, and a couple other
yeah, he
small
does a
stuff.
ton of voices.
And he
like-
did voices for Metal Gear Solid, which is why I
That's-
was like,
oh, that's
why
you were like-
that's exactly why I
Your
was
vagina was all wet.
yeah.
I think you just keep going according to
Trying.
you.
Oh no!
That's pretty good though.
Oh fuck!
Ah, fuck.
But yeah, Samurai Jack it looks dope. Have you seen the trailer?
Dope.
Yeah.
It's dark. Like there's
Yeah.
blood all up in the trailer. Like
That's
he
what I
gets
was
his
gonna
ass
say.
kicked. Like
Yeah, it looks way darker.
I'm stoked for it. And I read an interview where Tartowski was like, dude, this shit is like it's for adults. Like it's like the people who watch this when they're younger are older now, and this is Jack is older. Like this is
Right.
and it's
Which
like
is cool. 'cause,
and it's
like,
not on like it's
I
not on
always liked
Toonami. It's on Adult Swim. So it's
Oh,
like it's like real anime style. Like I'm
Nice.
stoked to see it. So
Yeah, no, me too, dude. I didn't realize this was coming out this soon. I thought it was like summer. So
no, I just saw the trailer and I was just, and you know what
Oh.
comes out the next week? Fucking Iron Fist. So I'm like March is gonna be a
Yes.
dope month for me.
for sure, dude.
It's like nerd-tastic.
Skills that pay the bills. I just saw the trailer for Iron Fist
Just go
today.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I thought you went in there last time.
No,
Oh, my bad.
So I was trying to record that thing.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw the Iron Fist trailer today. I showed my daughter. She was like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "It's
That's
cool.
amazing.
Just
That's
enjoy
right.
it."
Go right.
I know. I didn't mean to.
Right.
No. All right. All right. Oh.
Oh.
You fucked up.
Yeah, I got the one.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to get out.
Oh, you guys would say that.
Fucked up, man.
Oh man, I'm so fucked up.
Thought you know, case.
I thought you know, cause now you die, motherfucker.
This works too. Yeah,
Totally.
jump across.
I know.
Did you
Or
hear
actually, you can go
they were gonna make a movie? Like
Go
you
there.
were doing the voice, but it made me think of the
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
Never mind.
You know they were making a movie with the Jesus from
Really?
Big Lebowski. Like he's supposed to have his own movie.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that-
Yeah,
That's cool.
That was like it's in pre-production. Like it
That's-
might actually happen.
Oh, interesting. Dude.
Yeah.
I heard Jeff Bridges say one time, he goes, whenever that movie's on TV, he's like, I always tell myself I'm not going to watch a whole movie, right? But I end up going, all right, I'll just watch until he blinks the ball. And then he's like, and then I end up watching the whole fucking movie. He's like, he's like, that's the only movie I've been in where I absolutely watch it every time it's on TV. Yeah, I was like, that's
I'd
cool.
love to meet Bridges. That dude seems like so chill.
Oh, yeah. He'd be like a guy you want to like take peyote with or something. Yeah, dude. He's like too cool almost.
Yeah.
You know?
He's the dude.
He's the dude, yeah. He's just abiding.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Oh, you got this, Rico. You said don't go in there.
No.
That's what you told me.
Yeah. Don't break
Follow
your
your
rules.
just- Don't go chasing waterfalls, buddy.
No. Just live without it.
Don't chase the dragon.
There's another one on the other side. I think.
You got this. There you go. But in the morning, I make it wow. Who Shrek kicked me? Kick me, Shrek. I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder. Me and my dad, at school, like, I don't know, for some reason my kids like that, so I always say that at school. They're like, do Eddie Murphy. I'm like, I can only do Donkey. I can't really do Eddie Murphy. See, why don't you go in that door?
Because it's not in there. This the fake out. Fuck.
You need the tail though, huh? Or you're screwed.
You gotta run before we gotta run.
Oh!
You're trapped.
Oh, I see what it is though now.
You're trapped.
This will only take 10 more hours. Fuck, pretty good. Oh, you're screwed. Just die. See. Oh,
I
God.
miss Neo.
And what's new with you, Rico? I haven't talked to you.
What's going on with me?
Since you got back from Vegas.
Uh,
How was your recovery time? Were you feeling
It was
good the
good.
next day?
for those that don't know, we went to Vegas last weekend.
Yeah, my mom turned 60, and we did some things. Oh, what if you hit those and go in that door?
Well, it's the door you just came out of anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's right. He's right.
Stupid.
I know you wanted to talk about it a little, but what would you like to say?
Nah, Vegas was fun. It was good times.
It was really expensive. It was a lot of fun.
Expensive. Do not go to Vegas on a budget. Like, it's just like
Yeah, I was
not
expecting
possible.
to pay like $5 for like a buffet, and it's not like that anymore. I think only like down Fremont, like downtown's the only place you can like.
Yeah, we didn't get to go down to Fremont and stuff.
Or the D. We heard you got to check out the D when you're in Vegas.
Did you tell Will about the D?
No, I didn't.
What's the D?
The D? Well,
Oh man, the D.
we got there at like 6 o'clock in the morning, red-eye flight. It was cold as crap. It was like 40 degrees. We get on the shuttle to go to the hotel, and this guy, I don't know what kind of country he's from, but
He was from somewhere.
yeah, he had a thing. He had an accent. Of some sort.
You had a thing.
I think a Brooklyn accent.
Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
And he's a nice guy, but he's like, guys, you have to check out the D. And we're like, what?
So we thought we misunderstood him. So we're trying to be funny, and we're like, "Oh, the D, right?" And he's like, "No, yeah, the D. You gotta check out the D." And
Wait,
we're
let me
like,
just reload this because that was
so we're like, all right, yeah. So what about the D? And there's like these other like people on the bus, these other girls and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
we actually
like,
knew the one
yeah.
girl.
Oh yeah, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I went to high school with her.
So
how do you run into these fucking people?
Well, they're from Hawaii. She lives in Hawaii, and then she
Oh,
happened to go to high school with me.
Oh, okay.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
that's so weird. But anyway,
Yeah.
And he's like, no, everybody loves the D, man. The guys love the D. And
So
we're like,
crack it up.
do the ladies love the D? He's like, yeah, they do. They love the D. And we're like, what is it? And he's like, well, you know who loves the D more? The guys.
We're like,
And they're like,
oh,
no. Cab driver, weird taxi man. And then,
And he's like, no, because guys love the D because the women go to the D. So the guys always follow the women, you know.
confusing us. Like, what are you saying, bro?
It's, yeah.
He's like, no, but he's telling us it's like the only place that still has slot machines that spit out coins and stuff.
He said it's adults only, like.
Yeah, there's no
Fully.
kids allowed. And like, he said something about naked ladies at one point, I think, but I think it's full of shit. I don't know.
I think he was just mumbling shit.
I think he gets paid to just tell people to go there.
Yeah, probably. He's like, oh, take my card.
He's getting kickbacks, you know. Yeah, I give you the right. This will be a special price, boss. And then, but yeah, we heard that was cool. I mean, we just never made it down there.
The D, I've never heard of that.
So when you go next time, you gotta check out the D.
My mom lives in Vegas. I have to ask her about the D. Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah, ask
that.
your
Ask my
mom.
mom about the D.
Ask your mom about the D.
Yeah.
Hey, mom, you seen the
You know
D?
what's funny is my mom's name is D.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Why did you say Martha?
Oh my! You know what's sad? You know how?
Where do I go? I forget.
Save it.
Save it first, and then you know how huge of a nerd I am, right?
Yeah.
I never put that correlation together until I saw
Oh.
a goddamn movie.
Me neither.
Never put
Him
that
either.
correlation
He's
together.
the biggest Batman fan of me. Dude.
Yeah. I was like, and
Left
then
or
when they
right?
said that shit, I was just like,
Right. No, yeah, right. And I kept thinking about it during the movie. I was like, is that mom they're fucking with me right now?
Yeah.
Why did they say that?
Well, you know what's funny is at the beginning when they you know how they freaking pound it into your head. Snyder likes to pound shit
At the
in your
very
head.
beginning,
At
yeah.
the beginning where he's
He
like,
says it.
"Martha."
Yeah, he says it.
And
Yeah.
so I was like, why is he saying the name? And then I was like, oh.
So hit this and run like crazy to
Yeah.
the left.
And then it came. Then I figured it out like right before freaking Batman does his shit, and loses his shit. As you said,
so
why'd you say that
Fucked
name?
up. Fucked up.
I fucked up, man.
But I never thought about it before.
No, me neither.
It never
dude.
came to my mind, and I was like,
And isn't it something like Aquaman and Batman's dads have the same name? Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
that
you
makes
think they're
sense.
gonna do that thing?
So, but that was like something Kevin Smith was joking
Yeah.
about on his podcast recently. I was cracking up. But he's like, what are they gonna be like? Don't say Thomas Rush. But no, dude. Honestly, okay. So I'd like to hear your reaction to the movie too. But I went with this guy because we go to like all the comic book movies or whatever together, and we're sitting there, and I already heard the movie was kind of junk, right? Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, and so we're sitting there, and that opening scene. When the bats carry Bruce Wayne up.
Oh, yeah, literally. Yeah. This dude just started busting out laughing.
That's what my wife did.
He said, fuck this.
I was like, Rico, I was like, fuck this movie, bro. I was like, let's walk out right now and get our money back. This is bullshit. And he's like, nah, it'll be cool. And we were sitting next to this dude and his chick.
Oh, he was cracking up.
And we were cracking him up, like, the whole time. But, like, his chick was not laughing at all, dude. But, and then, like even the parts where, like, Amy Adams, like, where, the spears in the water or whatever, we were just saying shit about everything. I don't know. But
no, the whole movie.
The whole movie was just
movie.
Yeah, that's the way my wife and I were doing. Because like we got the kid, and we go to the movie during like work hours, because we have daycare at work, and so we waste our money that way. Fuck, I'm bad at this game.
Sorry.
But so we were like, we just work for this. Like we use we're
valuable time.
Money.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we're already paying for daycare because we're supposed to be at work. But like we just take long lunches and chance getting in trouble, but we don't. But
Nice.
But no. So we're watching the movie and like the bad thing happens and my wife just starts cracking up and she's like, "This is bullshit." And I was like, "I think it's a dream, honey. I think it's a dream." And so like,
that's the only reason I stayed.
Yeah.
So I think it's a dream.
Yeah, and so she was like, if they change the origin that much, and I was like, yeah, if you're using the word origin, obviously this movie is already fucked up because my wife loves comic book movies, as much as like someone can who doesn't really love comic book movies. So, but she's like, they're messing with the origin.
Yeah, he like made her like comic books and stuff somehow. But she was like, you like it. Because she loved the D. That's why she was like, oh, you like comic books?
Yeah, because we went to Vegas and she loves the D. So, but yeah, so so she's cracking up, and then so the movie like it just gets worse and worse as we're watching it.
It really did.
And then the last straw, so we're cracking up and we keep praying that Luther is a joke and that like he's gonna switch over and be like this crazy maniacal like crazy
and then,
character.
Like, Breaking Bad's gonna show up or something.
Exactly. But that shit doesn't happen. So we're cracking up and then the best scene in the entire movie happens, which is Wonder Woman shows up.
Oh, that was
and her theme music. My wife just dies, and everybody in the theater's like looking at her, and like I can't not laugh because she's laughing so loud, and we just like we're stifling our laugh, and then she blocks the shit with the shield, and they play the music again, and we're just like, oh, fuck.
I actually like that song, but I did laugh too.
Yes,
honestly,
because it's out of nowhere, and it's so loud. It's just like,
and if you go watch Wonder Woman, they're gonna play that.
Well, they did in the trailer.
Yeah,
it's all up in the trailer.
That's what sucked about it. It's like all those parts that like would have been
cool.
Like it was in the trailer. It's like, why did you spoil that?
Yeah.
Like, that would have been so much more powerful.
Right.
Like,
oh yeah, dude. They totally wasted that part. And like, how do you not sell Batman vs Superman? You don't need to show us the story. We get it. They're gonna fight.
No, they should have done exactly what Episode 7 did, which is tell you nothing and just show the characters.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Episode 7 still sucked, but I enjoyed it more because like I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Right.
I figured out they were gonna blow up the Death Star, but
you didn't like it. I'm interested to hear this. Actually, yeah.
This is what I will say about Episode 7.
Say it.
If they had just called it a remake,
right?
Then
I see why.
You know what I mean? But considering that you had the thought that they were going to continue the story and do something different, and they just did another Death Star, like it was like Return of the Jedi redone. Like I was just like,
yeah, no, it really was. No, don't get me wrong.
So here's the thing: I watched it again, like when it came out on DVD.
Yeah. What'd you think then?
And I enjoyed it because I knew that there was not going to be a story.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I just watched it and had fun with it.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed it way more the second time than I did the first time. Unlike Batman vs Superman, when I watched it again and I enjoyed it, but for the wrong reasons. I just laughed the whole time.
Did you see the extended cut?
Yes, of course I did, because I was hoping like there'd be a little more plot. And
they fixed it, yeah.
There is like a little bit like you understand Superman a little better.
Okay.
Like that's the only thing they really fixed is Superman. Like
he
you
was
understand
really underdeveloped for his
why he has such a why he's so depressed and like why people think he's like an ass.
Yeah.
You know. We need to either keep the tail or fucking run faster.
Yeah,
something.
it's one of those two.
You don't want to play more,
No,
bro?
no,
He's
I'm
over it.
just-
All right, Will's tapping out. He's
I'm
like,
tapping out.
"Fuck
I'm like, this game makes me feel like a
I don't know
loser.
if I ever beat this game now. 'Cause I feel like
I think I cheated on like something like this, and I probably used the flute to destroy
Game
it.
Genie or something.
Yeah.
The
Destroy the castle. Or,
Yeah,
or,
dude.
or I looked it up on GamePro how to beat it. Or
Yeah.
Nintendo Power. I don't
Nintendo
remember which
Power,
one I
that was
used.
the shit. You didn't just watch a wizard and take notes.
But yeah, no, episode 7, like, it's not gonna stand the test of time. Like, it's just gonna be one of those movies that got you to 8. 8 looks or sounds like it's gonna be pretty decent.
I don't know anything about 8. Don't you guys?
I know
say
nothing
anything
about. I know
8?
nothing about 8. I just know
Ray
Rain
knows how
Johnson.
the whole movie goes.
I don't know shit.
I just
Oh,
know
you
Rain Johnson
fucking
is a
turtle
good director, and like I really enjoyed his.
Go!
Yeah,
Yeah.
bitch. Now what?
Keep going,
So-
go. Just fucking go
Run.
anywhere. I don't know.
Run.
Just go.
Well, oh no, we're back at fucking
That's
ground
exactly
zero.
where we were.
Okay.
Son of the bitches.
So what the fuck happens now?
I saved it. Ah!
But what happened?
I was expecting like this whole thing, dude. I thought like that was the exit gonna be.
Me too. I thought we did the thing.
It's alright.
Did you go through a door? Was there a door that didn't get gone through?
I don't know, dude.
Maybe.
But there's gonna be less stuff around, so it should be easier to run this time.
Should I go this one? I'm very confused. This game. What about this one? Where does this go?
Okay.
That makes sense.
No, hit the thing and just go left again, but I guess maybe the blocks are all broken now.
Yeah, that's
it
the
shouldn't be
best.
so bad.
That's the best guess.
Maybe not.
So it should be faster.
No.
They're
Oh,
bad.
dude,
run,
every
you
time
fuck,
this
run!
Oh,
Run, you
Swampy got me.
Ah,
Damn.
This game's too smart for us.
I know, dude. I don't know shit.
Jesus.
But yeah. So I don't know. I think this is what I hope anyway. Like I don't know. I mean, like I read websites, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever to like get information. And Rico doesn't. Like he'll just watch trailers and maybe like a TV clip or something.
Yeah.
Which is honestly what I should do because you're
Yeah.
kind of ruining it for yourself at some point. But oh, there you go. Hit that and run that way.
So where do I
So no,
go,
but
though?
are you trying to get to that door down there? Maybe. Maybe you're trying to get to those lower doors. How do you get down to the end? I don't know.
Wait, you were?
No, you're just going back to
Yeah,
where you
this
were.
is like literally.
You want to look it up on your phone? Like we gotta beat this shit.
We will figure this shit out.
We'll
guys.
figure
We're
this
having
out.
a good conversation. You guys having a good
We're
conversation?
gonna figure this out.
Great
I'm not-
conversation.
Yeah,
It's
it's a good
just-
time.
Just
Saying. But
disheartening is all.
so
It's
episode
hard.
8 and 9, this is what I hope. I just hope that it makes you appreciate 7 more. Like they
Yes.
planted some shit in there to where you're like.
But I mean,
"Ooh."
realistically, how can you not like all they really did was establish the characters. They didn't. There's nothing they really planted.
I know.
Like
There's
realistically,
gotta be something. Though. At least one thing.
well, they need to explain the Knights of Ren because I mean, okay, if
That's
you
what the whole movie's gonna be about.
yeah,
Number
it
8.
has to be because realistically, if you're not the type of person who does research outside of the movie,
Right.
like the Knights of Ren, do they ever even say the Knights of Ren in the movie? I'm trying to think.
I think Snoke says like. Kylo Ren, leader of the Knights of Ren, or something
That's
like
like
that.
all he
That's
says,
literally
right?
just a throwaway
And then
line.
there's like that one shot where you see all their cool armor, like in the flashback, and then
Right.
nothing.
And then one guy gets stabbed or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if... See, that's what's interesting. Like, who got stabbed? Is it one of the Knights of Ren that Kylo Ren killed because he was about to kill Rey or something? Like, you know...
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of little questions that could be answered, and there's so many theories and speculations that
See,
it's
I
kinda
think
old already.
unfortunately that the chances of it being as cool as it could be is
Well, at this
diminished.
point, every theory's been fucking thought of, so it's
Yeah.
like, there's no way that,
See, are we supposed to wait for those to turn into coins? I don't know. I'm so lost.
now.
Okay. So see where you can go before you press it. Before you press. Oh!
No, I know, I fucked up.
Okay.
That
Maybe
was
you're supposed to go left?
That's literally where you were.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so confused right now. You don't want to look it up and save us like 4 more hours? Time? Alright, I'll look it up. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. And if anything, you have to say, like, compared to the prequels.
Well, yeah, but if you compare something to shit, then of course it's gonna be better than shit. Like
That's my argument. But, like, you can't say the movie is shitty.
No, it's not shitty. It's actually a very enjoyable movie if
Right.
it had nothing that it was coming off of.
True.
If it was a solo film,
What do you think about Rogue One, then?
Rogue One was fun, tons of fun.
If it was
Yeah.
a Han Solo film.
That's the next one.
That's the next one.
Did you know that, Rico?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought so.
Yeah, we got Lando Calrissian coming back.
Dude, Gambino.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
fucking
good.
sweet, actually.
It's good cast.
He can pull that off, no
Yeah.
problem.
But no, I liked Rogue One. I liked it a lot. The only thing, and somebody, I'm not gonna take credit. I read it somewhere, but they took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, that's who it was. Max Landis, the writer.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He said
Go ahead, read
that
it.
Rogue One takes away from Episode 4 in that.
Oh.
No. In that, when you think about it, the whole thing was that the rebels discovered these plans and they found a weakness.
Right.
Not that a weakness was set up for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Makes them look not as cool.
it's not as cool that they found this weakness. Like they looked through the plans and they're like, oh shit! Like we've been going through the plans ever since we got it off this R2 unit,
Right.
and we figured it out.
But it does tie up the fact that why did it have this weakness?
Well, it does
'Cause
make
that's
that
fucking
make sense, and
stupid,
it does
man.
also because like when they rescue Leia and then the Death Star shows up like an hour later and they already know what the weakness is,
Right.
so at least they know like to look for it. So that
Right.
does make sense
Yeah.
if you're going based off of time.
I think that's the only way they could explain it, really.
Well, no, what they're kind of alluding to when you see the movie, like Episode 4, what they're kind of alluding to is that the people who found the plans knew there was a weakness, and kind of told people like, "Oh, there's a weakness. It's in the plans. It's really obvious. Look for it."
Oh, right.
And then you found it, and then Luke did his thing, and everybody's happy.
Luke shot his...
Yeah, Luke shot his load into the hole.
He did his thing.
And,
he did the damn
he
thing.
did his thing in the hole, and everybody's happy. So, but yeah.
Oh, I found it. What the fuck is this?
The door to the right. You've been telling us to go to the right this whole time. You never went to the right. I'm just saying. You have to.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I actually thought about that. I was like, why don't I just go right? This whole thing's been right. Hey, look, found it.
This fucking
You
guy.
gotta fight a Bowser now.
You did say we'd figure it out. Oh yeah, what is this guy's name? He's not even Bowser. That's like
It's
his
his
little
brother. I mean, it's his kid,
underlings,
right?
Whatever. Yeah.
Fucko.
Yeah.
Fucko. His name's Fucko. You should definitely save it.
Yes. But yeah, but so it does make sense in that it's like, these plans are here and like we found them and like it takes away a little bit.
Sure. But I think.
But it also
kind of
makes sense why there wasn't a bigger fleet. Like when the Death Star shows up because they had this giant fight, you know what I mean? So
Right, exactly. Yeah.
so it's like they're still recovering.
Do you watch Rebels?
Rebels, yeah, it's like one of the greatest cartoon shows in a long time.
Right.
Love it so much.
Dude, so their ship was in there.
Yeah.
So did they all die though?
No.
No?
Well, and you don't even know who's on the ship. It's just the ghost. Who's
No.
on the ghost?
No, for sure they said the girl's name. She's a general now.
They say General Sabine?
No, not Sabine.
Sabine.
Yeah, the other girl.
Yeah.
I can't think of her
Hera. It's like Hera, right?
name. Hera, yeah, she becomes a general.
Yeah.
And they say her name. They name drop her.
Ah, nice. Just like they name dropped the freaking Darksaber.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my
Yeah.
dick got hard a little.
That was pretty crazy.
I'm not kidding.
I had to explain it to my wife because I went, when they did it, and she was
You
like,
know
"What the hell's a
Darksaber is,
Darksaber?" Yeah.
No, okay. So, well, he could probably explain it
Is
better than me.
that Darth Vader's dick?
Yes.
No.
I mean, that's what I would call
First
mine.
off, his dick got burned off. Everyone knows this.
But it's a little dick now. They make
Yeah,
robot
he's
arms
got a
and
robo.
hands.
He's got a robo dick.
I don't think.
No, the Darksaber is the
It's a Mandalorian
the
weapon, right?
Mandalorians basically they tried to make their own lightsaber. The first Mandalorian Jedi made his own lightsaber like out of like basically like dark matter. So it's a black lightsaber.
Yeah,
basically.
it's like the first black lightsaber.
Yeah, and
is
so he
fucking
was
awesome.
he was a Jedi, but like after he passed, like basically the leader of the Mandalorians was the only one like who could use the saber, like because they had to be like badasses to use it.
Right.
So
Just like lightsabers in general,
yeah,
right? It's supposed
yeah,
to be.
but you don't have to have the force like to use it. You just
Right.
have to be a badass.
Right.
And so, so when they name dropped it in
Yeah, but then
Rogue One,
like looking at the different
it's
things,
like,
it's
oh damn! So it really is in freaking canon. It's real. So
Yeah, that's what kind of felt good to me too.
Yeah.
Is that like whatever they're doing on Rebels is definitely canon. Like,
Yeah.
it feels awesome.
and like everything in Clone Wars is canon too.
Right.
But I didn't watch Clone Wars because like
I didn't really.
I tried to
some
watch
of
the first season. I just didn't like it. But I hear it got really good by like seasons 3 and 4. But
Yeah.
I just read about it, you know, because I didn't feel like watching all the episodes.
I just remember Ahsoka was annoying when she was little,
Yeah.
and then now she seems awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she had the white lightsabers, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, the Kentucky Fried Chicken lightsabers. You remember those commercials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Colonel
shit.
Sanders with the white lightsaber.
Do it again, Rico. You're doing good. You like had that whole level down.
You remember that, right?
Fucking A,
Who remembers that shit, right?
You remember that shit?
No,
like
during the
KFC commercials?
prequels, they had KFC commercials, and the Colonel had a white lightsaber,
Oh,
and I thought it was
that
cool. And
yeah, I did too. I thought a lot.
And
of
in the
things-
video
I thought
game-
pod racing was cool too.
Yeah, the video game was the first time they had different colors. You like pod racing? It's so good. Anakin.
2 slaves. No pod is worth 2 slaves. Shmi, yeah, I fuck your mother. We always joke about that. Like, he's like, remember Annie, old time saying, man, you hold the camera. Just sit in the corner and shut up. It's okay. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, pull my snout, pull it good.
You don't know where it's been.
Hey, smell my nose. What's it smell like, Eddie?
Little Annie. Oh, little orphan Annie.
Oh, it's so wrong.
See, I tried to fuck her, so I sold them to the neighbors. No, they burn her fucking shit. It's totally fine. Oh, sad people.
Yes.
I hate sand.
It gets everywhere. It's coarse. And I'm a pussy. And I don't even know about the high ground. I don't understand it.
That's why I didn't. You're like my brother. That's why I didn't mind Kylo Ren being a fat pussy, because he's like the descendant of Darth Vader.
Did you see that shit on the internet where they were talking about like
Is this the? We're here.
that's the last. That's the end.
You kill it. Yeah. That looks fucking weird. I don't think I've ever beat this game.
I thought he had a sky castle.
Yeah.
Or is that number 2? Am I missing?
Oh, that's number like Super Mario World or something.
Yeah.
Like the first Super Nintendo one.
Ah, that's what I'm doing.
But wait, what were you saying right before?
Well, no, there's this thing online where they're talking about how Hayden Christensen's actually not that bad an actor, and if you watch Luke,
Dare you say that?
no, but if you watch Luke in New Hope, he's a
kind of
whiny
pussy,
bitch.
too. Yeah, it's true.
And because he's 18 years old, it's like he's just a little whiny bitch, and so were Hayden Christensen's acting choices like actually relevant? And you're like,
Right,
well,
right.
yeah, actually.
And George Lucas fucking.
And he directed New Hope, so he's like, maybe he told him to be a whiny bitch.
Right. No, for sure, yeah. That's a good point. But like, if you see his other movies, he's only done like one movie where he's like a decent actor.
I only seen Jumper. I don't know what other movies
Even
he
in
made.
Jumper, he's bad.
Yeah, no, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I agree with you. I just have never
Yeah.
seen his other movies, so I can't make a full.
There's one where he
Unbiased
was like
opinion.
this dude. He had to play like a whiny bitch, and then he was like good in that movie. You know what I mean? They're like, we'll typecast him.
You need to go through the door.
You just get one chance. Or what the fuck's this shit? The Poderosa Bulba, his fucking asshole always take my money.
I had more than one chance with your mother, Annie.
Jabba the Hutt, he's fucking fat fuck. He always takes my money too. Oh my god. Oh, I almost didn't even land it.
So my brother bought my daughter one of those Star Wars books like Daddy and Me.
Oh yeah,
And
you
so,
told me.
she actually got her 2 of them, and the other one is like my Star Wars friends or whatever, and so it's all of them as kids, right? And there's the line in Return of the Jedi where Luke turns to Han. He's like, "I grew up here. There's not much to see here," right?
Yeah.
So they have that line, but they have like pod racing and fucking the huts. They have the
fucking
Jawas,
bar.
the Jawas on the dinosaurs. He's like, I grew up here. There's nothing to see here. It's like,
All kinds of shit going on.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh god, those books
That's
are
true, though.
those books are awesome because they just nail the story so well.
Oh yeah.
So-
Dude.
but it's like all the jokes are like kid friendly, but it's so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, dude. It's awesome. What I was trying to remember one too. I knew some before.
Oh,
But,
it's bullshit.
oh my god.
You see that fucking thing? It just
This
shoots
is like
right
some
up.
Bulba fireball. Fucking
They're shooting up Andy's ass, man.
It looks like it shoots bubbles. Come on. Do slay Jedi. Your laser sword's really cool, mister.
Yeah, laser sword. Kid can build a robot from scratch, but he doesn't know what it's called, a lightsaber. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, there's nothing to see here.
yeah.
Since I grew up here. Holy shit, man. But, I mean, have you ever watched the, I think they're called, like, the D-Cheese? They're like the
D-cheese.
Dick Cheese? I don't know. No, they're like the less cheesy versions of the prequels.
No.
And then basically they cut out, like, everything ever that had Jar Jar in it. And then they cut out all the stupid love story shit out of the second one. And they're actually watchable, dude. Like, They're hella short.
Because you got the
They're
fight
hella short.
sequences and then like a little bit of midichlorian bullshit and then
all the lightsabers.
Yeah, you get
All
all the
the
lightsaber
lightsabers.
battles. All the lightsabers.
All the lightsabers.
Oh, fuck.
laser swords.
Laser swords. Oh shit.
Slow down. Take a breath.
Hold on. Here
Yeah,
we go.
take a breath.
Let's save
Relax.
this shit. And it was save this.
You get excited.
We fucking cheat, yeah. That's the best way. Oh fuck this.
Total silence. Remember?
Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast. Oh
Whoa.
shit! Can't shoot me, I'm alive. Slide. Oh, they don't all shoot? I don't remember any of this. Oh, he would have killed me
Don't
if
think
he
I'm
was
alive?
shooting.
What? I don't
I
know.
don't know, dude.
Alright, be careful.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh, we're almost to Bowser then.
Yes.
He's shooting fireballs at my ass. Ah!
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh!
So spicy.
Fucking spicy meatball.
Bowser thinks he's so great. Just takes one bop in the head to knock his ass out.
Right?
Oh, that's it, dude, right here.
Hold on, let's save this shit.
I'm
I'm tired of this fucking thing. This thing.
We're trying to beat
We're
this
past
thing.
an hour already.
You know what to do here, right?
Yeah, no, I have no idea. You're gonna tell me something? Jump on his head?
No, I'm not telling you shit.
What? Oh, I really don't know, dude. Thanks for not telling me. I've never played this. I don't think I've ever beat this, dude.
Obviously.
Obviously, Annie. Oh, that's what you did?
Ah,
Let him kill
You
himself?
remember now?
Well, now that he's starting to kill himself. Does that go up? Oh, shit.
Pay attention.
Oh, I just
We're not talking about boobs right now.
Yeah,
Pay
this
attention.
Stripper Megan, bro. Oh, shit. Oh,
Oh,
what? Alright, dude, I feel pretty confident that I did well, though, for a minute.
No, you did really well.
For once in my life. Load it.
Load that shit.
Pretty.
I don't want to play this shit no more.
Oh, no, it was fun. But I think Rico's gonna beat it. Dude, the first time this guy came to my house, we were playing, I had Wii Mario, or whatever, like the Mario that was on Wii.
yeah.
And I had played the game for like a month or two, and I got to the last level, but I couldn't beat Bowser. He's like, oh, let me try. I've never played it. He fucking played it one time, he beat the whole last level.
On
And he was
one
like,
try.
on one try, on one life. And I was like, this guy's amazing. We should hang out more.
I think he's a savant.
Yeah, right. For real, though. So you gotta like stand down there and shit, he'll jump where you are, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of deal?
Essentially.
Essential. Who builds a castle
Fuck.
with a Death Star hole like that? How dare you, right?
Well, they should make a prequel to Mario Brothers on how that hole got there.
Explain exactly it.
Would you like Rogue One? What'd you think of
No.
it?
What I
He hated it. He said.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was the most unnecessary thing like
You're a
ever.
hater.
See, I don't think that it was
It's not I
unnecessary.
hate it, dude. I love Star Wars, but
You
I
like
just
the last
thought,
half an
like,
hour, right?
No, the last half hour was great. More of that, please. But like,
Darth
Not-
Vader.
not because like the whole like.
Yeah, Vader wasn't needed. It was cool to watch him choke a bunch of people, but that shit wasn't needed.
Dude, when I saw his castle, I almost came in my pants, bro.
But what's
Like,
funny about his castle, though, like, I mean, they don't do anything with it. They show him in a vat, like, it's like he's from the new RoboCop movie and shit, and like,
Yeah,
Like
true.
honestly, I didn't need that. Why
Yeah.
does Darth Vader need to have a castle? Why can't he just like cruise on a spaceship?
yeah, I
Because he
kind of
did
love
have a
that he.
castle.
I
the
thought
books.
the Death Star was his castle essentially.
Well,
you know.
yeah, I always thought I didn't really think about the fact that he was only on the Death Star following orders, like, until, you know, I just thought the reason he was in a Star Destroyer was because the Death Star was blown up, but I didn't realize, yeah, that's not even his base.
Oh, I couldn't get out because the fireball fucked me. Look at him, dude. He's
Yeah,
taking
no,
shots.
there's a lot that's a
You
little.
didn't think that was dope, though, his fucking castle.
His castle was dope, but it wasn't needed, and it really didn't add to his character because they didn't explain anything.
No, but I think it did. Hear me out.
Well, because he makes a bad joke, and you're like, hey, he's still
No,
got a
that
sense
was-
of humor.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
Actually, that was
What
dumb.
joke did he do?
He said, like, don't...
Don't choke on your ambitions.
And then he chokes him. He, like,
That's
force
he's
chokes him.
choking him. Yeah.
That was
That
a
was,
joke.
that was... It was a pun. It was a Darth Vader joke, yeah?
Yeah.
It was funny. But,
Sans course, man. Just remember that.
so, but no, okay, so I think it did add to his character, and this is why. Because it shows, like, even though Obi-Wan fucking cut his arms and legs off and he burned in the lava, this motherfucker's so badass that he built his fucking house. If it's not Mustafar, it's still a lava-ass planet, right? So it might be in the exact location of where he got like fucking murdered and turned into Darth Vader, right?
Why does that like? Why
Because
is
it's
that
like
a thing though.
But don't you think that's cool? I thought it was cool because it's like it's either it could be two different things. It could be he is embracing that part of himself and becoming Darth Vader fully and like fuck it, like I got murdered here basically, and then I'm gonna build my house here and not gonna let that destroy me or whatever. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or it could be like I don't ever want to forget that I got fucking murdered here. You know what I mean? Like that. That he's like I need to like keep this as like my hatred to hold on to the dark side kind of thing. And they said even like I read a thing afterwards and it was like the Emperor, they said like their theory was the Emperor kept him there and made him live there because he wanted him to just feed on that hate for like ever.
See, that would make sense if they explained it.
But they didn't say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
they didn't
exactly.
say anything. I
Hey,
mean,
like-
did we just beat the game?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
you did. Bravo.
Finally, dude.
Finally.
Bravo,
Shit.
gentlemen.
I feel like you beat the
Bravo. But no, what my problem with that shit is that first if they don't explain it, like I'm like one thing about me, I'm huge on exposition.
Yeah.
Like one of my problems with writing is like I want everything to be explained. I want people to understand everything, and so when I write, like I put too much exposition and shit, and I have to chip it away. But I love exposition because I like to know why things are the way they are. And so since there's no exposition,
He rubbed off on me because I'm like that when we watch a movie. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
exactly. So there has to be like it has to make sense, even in the context of your own universe at least. That's why I hated the Matrix sequels because it didn't make sense in the context of their own universe.
Right.
I was like, what just happened? Like you didn't even make sense. But anyway, but no, what I read this article too about like how Darth Vader like he stays in the vat and he has like they're like he has different types of armor and like he puts it on a certain type of armor if he has to just walk around or a different type of armor if he has to get in a big fight. I'm like, well that shit would be dope if it was in the movie, but this is just some dude saying that.
Right.
Like it has to be in the movie for it to be
exactly.
real.
That's what I feel like. To me, I honestly had that like, oh, that's like where he died probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's the only thought that went through my head.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it did
All
not
right.
hit me in any way.
I guess you're right. Like they don't explain anything, but to me, I just felt like, oh, that just feels like one little small like layer of.
I mean, it
something
could be
about
because
it,
like
you know?
the Rogue One did have like references to all the movies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much, but I don't know. Like honestly,
Yeah, there wasn't.
it still didn't do anything.
Yeah,
for me.
my gauge like has not always, but like since I started dating my wife, like has always been like her because she doesn't read the stuff, she doesn't know anything. So if she comes out of a movie
It's a
asking
blank slate.
exactly,
Yeah,
if she comes out asking questions, like I'm like they didn't do their job. Like if she doesn't understand it, like if she
Right.
wants to know more, like if she's like, hey Mustafa, like
Yeah.
what's the deal with that place? Like
Yeah.
it sounds familiar. I'm like, oh, remember in episode 3 where they had the big lava fight? She's like, oh, that looks familiar. That's why. But like when she doesn't understand things because it wasn't explained, like she didn't understand the relationship of the girl Jin's dad and the lead bad guy Krennic or whatever. Like I think that was his name.
Yeah, correct.
Like they're like she was like, so were they friends or did they just work? Were they work buddies? Like I don't
That's a good
understand.
point.
Like
They don't really go
they
into
don't
it.
really and they're like he was just a one guy power hungry, but they were actually friends. Then why did he shoot his wife? Like they weren't really
Yeah.
friends, were they? Like and so she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
confused by that relationship. I was like, yeah, they didn't shoot that relationship correctly. And
Right. They could have just done like one extra couple things of dialogue, and
exactly,
that
and it would have helped the relationship, like understand the relationship better. And then like they had Saul Guerrero, who was an interesting character, but he was on screen for 10 minutes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they didn't give
He
him
felt
enough.
underutilized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and it's like, oh, how does Saul Guerrero even know this dude? Yeah, he's a rebel, but you know, it's like, and it's like, why would you trust him enough to raise your daughter? There's no explanation there. It's just like, was Saul the one who smuggled him out of the Empire? And if he smuggled him out, he didn't do a good job because the fucking dude found him in 2 seconds and killed his wife. Like, so good job, Saul. Like, I mean, they didn't explain that shit. Like, so.
And then like she's all pissed off, and then even like when she goes back and like to find her dad or something, you know, they're in the fucking valley, mountainside, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like you haven't seen your dad in like how many years? That was the first time she's seen him, right?
Yeah.
She was a kid.
And then there was like a forced emotional moment there. It's like, but why the fuck? Like, why is this happening right now? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why does that even have to be your dad? Like, to me, it was like
Yeah.
that
No.
could have just been like a dude. Like, if
The-
anything, it just
That was one of the arguments that I read online that I actually really liked. It was like it shouldn't, like, the fact that she was his daughter actually kind of took me a little away from it.
yeah,
Like, because it's like she's not even really a hero. She's just someone who gets thrown into it because she's related to a dude.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
True,
Luke got thrown into this adventure because like these droids landed on his doorstep and he had to become a hero. Like,
And his family got killed.
yeah,
too.
his family got killed, and so he had
By
to
the
become a
Empire.
hero.
Yeah.
You know, and this girl, like her mom gets killed, but like the only reason they even recruit her ass is because it's like, oh, you can talk to your daddy. Like, you know what I mean? And then she becomes like, she cares more about the cause than everybody else. She's like, oh, your rebels rebel. Oh, don't be pussies, get in this fight. And like, so she has to inspire them.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm like, dude, freaking Mon Mothma has to be inspired by some little girl. Like, that makes no sense. She's Mon Mothma. She's supposed to be like the leader of the rebellion.
Right.
And
she's like the Princess Leia of her time.
Yeah, and she's you know, needs a little girl to tell her, like, we're not cool. And Jimmy Smits, you know, I don't remember his name. I know it's I know it when I want to, but anyways, Jimmy Smits. Yeah, Bail Organa.
Yeah.
Bail Organa's like, yeah, this girl's got a point. I'm gonna send my daughter, who actually isn't my daughter, who I know is Anakin Skywalker's daughter, but I'm not gonna tell anybody because why would I not tell anybody?
Yeah.
It's like,
that whole thing too, or even just like Obi-Wan being around Luke.
yes.
Wouldn't the fact that he's there and that like Darth Vader can tap into the Force.
Wouldn't the fact that his
he know
name
to
is
go-
Skywalker and his brother isn't his actual brother, so his last name isn't Skywalker, that his name is Owen Lars.
Yeah.
So, why wouldn't you? Yeah, I'm Darth Vader, I got the shit chopped out of me, so I'm never going to go back to my hometown. But in the fucking comic book, he goes back to his hometown and he threatens Darth Vader. I mean, not Darth Vader, he threatens Jabba the Hutt. And that's supposed to be canon.
Oh,
so I'm like, oh, so you go back and you threaten Jabba the Hutt in a canon comic book.
And you don't feel that
that your son's there and that Obi-Wan's there.
Plus his name's Skywalker.
Yes, his name's Skywalker. And
he didn't change his fucking
you know what?
name.
He is freaking sentimental. He always has been sentimental, so he would have flown over.
Right.
He would have. He just would have. That's just the way his character is. So, like, to make comic books canon...
Maybe he's the Santa Claus of Luke Skywalker's life, dude. He would, like, leave presents down the chimney every Christmas.
That might actually make sense. No, I actually didn't read...
Talk about a prequel.
I actually didn't read the Darth Vader comic book specifically because they said it was canon, and then when I read the preview online, and they showed him go to Jabba the Hutt's palace and, like, threaten Jabba for some reason, I was just like... No, because the only reason that you even believe it is you're like, he never goes back to that dirt water. After he killed all those people, he never went back.
Oh, they killed
after he killed all the sand people, he's just like, I'm never going back to this piece of shit, and he never did, and that's why he never found his son, and blah, 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 blah. But when you show him going back and it's supposed to be canon, it's like, it just ruins it. It just totally ruins it.
Yeah.
And so that's, you can't retcon. Like, retconning, continuity just is horrendous because you end up like watching Lost or watching fucking Once Upon a Time where they're like, oh shit, we didn't think the show would last this long, now we need to make shit up. It's just like, no, like that's one of my least favorite things about anything. Like when there's a show, they didn't think it through. Like if there's a show and there's a killer and Pretty Little Liars is a perfect example. My wife loves that show, and I've been watching it with her, and it's the last season, and because it's the last season, I'm like so excited because I'm like, they're gonna have to explain all the bullshit they've been doing like since I started watching this with her, you know.
Nice.
And my whole thing is like, I would respect the shit out of the writers of that show if they had like a picture from 2009 or whatever when they first wrote the show. They put an envelope in a vault and they're like, this is who the killer is.
Yeah.
It's in the vault, and then like right before they aired the last episode, on Instagram they're like, here it is. And when the episode's over, I'm going to open it and show you, and boom, it's the same person. Because that I respect. It's like, no, we've literally been leading up to this for fucking 10 years, and we had the plan from the beginning. But no, they've killed people that were the main villain in the books. My wife read the books. Like, all the people who were the killers in the books are already dead on the show. And you're just like...
I guess they kind of had to do it that way then.
Yeah.
Because people knew, so they couldn't like...
Well, it's kind of funny, like, actually going back to what you said, like, like Lost and stuff. Like, that was a show, J.J. Abrams, as well, where it just kind of, like, same thing. It was, like, they didn't think it all the way through.
Nope.
Like, even while the show was filmed, I still remember.
I've only watched the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
No, I didn't
I
wasted
wasted the first 3 seasons, and season 4 when they started getting weird and not touching any of the amazing things that they set up, and they just left them there. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
That would have killed
Well,
me.
that's exactly what kind of happened. Like, while the show was still in production, J.J. Abrams was like, yeah, we're kind of just winging it. Like, we don't really know. Like, we have an idea where it's going, but we don't. Like, it was actually, like... And you can tell, dude, if you watch the show, it literally, it's like, it's going this way, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, shit, we probably got in a hole. So let's fucking just introduce these other random ass people. Oh,
Yep.
okay, that got us in another hole, and now let's fucking.
Didn't they do that other like sideways universe or whatever too? Or,
No,
like,
they did. So they did like alternate
Yeah.
universe, and then like back in time, and then
And then
the
the gamma
future.
of the island, it would spin around and then back in time and shit. Yeah, it was.
Really?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
island
it was-
literally like floats in gammas and then goes back in time and lands. Like it's pretty fucking pathetic.
I'll be pissed.
It's the island
dude.
that goes through time
Yeah.
and shit. Like it just like
yeah,
went
but then it never
crazy.
was in time because it was purgatory. I don't know. It was some bullshit.
Yeah.
I saw the last episode, so
Yeah.
I kind of know what happens.
So it's kind of funny. So like with J.J. Abrams, like it's like with Episode 7, I'm like fearing that it's like, all right, we're doing this new thing. Blah. This is the way it's going because it's not even following the Lucas. Like
Yeah,
right.
what
Yeah.
his vision was. You know, I mean,
yeah.
whatever. But like I'm just kind of curious. It's like Abrams like, yeah, we're gonna do this and this and this is gonna be cool and stuff. And
No, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he just threw it. Like,
No,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
why. That's why he didn't want to direct the next ones because he's like, all right, that's your fucking problem. Now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Good luck with that.
They're like, we created these cool villains, and we created this guy Snoke that makes no sense, and like, you know, like.
Captain Phasma's in it for 12 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
12 minutes.
what's funny is Snoke realistically should be like 35. Like all the villains should be young. They should be like basically.
Because who was he? He must have been around.
Yeah,
when the
exactly.
Last fucking Death Star blew up.
like the girl Lupita's character, the
Yeah.
Maze or whatever her name is with the big eyes.
Maz. Yeah.
Little eyes in a big.
well, I mean that is if they have regular, human type lifespan.
Yeah, but
they're
but
like, oh,
Maz is
live
old
forever.
as shit. and
She's
so-
supposed to be like thousands of years
Yeah,
old,
she's
like
supposed,
Yoda.
she's like supposed to be like Yoda, and so like okay, so we never ran into her before. Okay, I can give you that kind of,
There's something about her being in the prequels though.
maybe her.
Like not showing up literally, but like somebody. I don't know. I forgot. I have to look it up.
No, they said there's an action figure of her or something in the prequels.
That doesn't
Really?
surprise me. They
Like-
probably it's
Like
probably
literally,
character
it's just
design.
a toy, but it's just an alien toy. But they're just saying
Looks
like
enough.
this looks like it, so
Yeah,
it
it's
must
probably
be.
a character design that JJ
Yeah.
saw and liked. He's like, hey, let's make this the wise Yoda character.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when they throw in characters like that, realistically she wouldn't affect the universe, but like she's such a big deal in these new ones, and she's so old. You're just like, but she never did anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't Yoda go kick it at her bar? Why did he go to Dagobah? You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
didn't she hide him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I
Those
mean,
sort
you
of
can
things.
always follow on. I mean, it's a whole galaxy too.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I know
mean,
that. There's a million.
probably
There's
a
ways
lot
they
of
can
shit.
work around. Like I'm not as upset about that as the fact that they just made the villain another Death Star. And like you said,
I
Captain.
hope they don't. What are they gonna? They have to make some other super
Dude,
weapon.
yeah.
Well, see, that's
Yeah.
the thing. That
Well, it
pissed
should
me
never
off
be. It should never be about taking over the universe. Like that's over with. It should be about good versus evil. Like that's what it should be. Like keep it simple.
With that Death Planet, like I thought it was the coolest shit. I was like, all right, they did the Death Star, now they did a fucking Death Planet.
Yeah.
Now this is gonna be the shit for like the next
All
three movies.
All three.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
and
thought
they-
that was gonna be the main
And
villain.
then they just destroyed it right there, and I was like, wait a second, okay, so it's following like New Hope, where like they destroy it, but this is even bigger. Like the stakes are bigger and all that stuff. Like, why didn't they
See
extend that
what
out
they
or
should have
something?
done. What
Yeah.
they should have done, like realistically, because my wife and I talked about this. Like first off, it takes a whole sun to power that laser, right?
Yeah,
How many fucking suns were around that planet? There was at least 2 because we saw them shoot the laser once, and they were getting ready to do it twice. Like,
Right.
but I'm assuming that planet's got to keep moving.
yeah.
So what they should have done, and this is of course me rewriting something that's already been written, but what they should have done was they should have shown how powerful it was, but it should have been like, okay, now we got to find another sun,
Right.
and then so like
That's why it takes time to like recharge.
yeah, and that's
it,
why
yeah.
in the next movie it's like, okay, it's been 3 years, but they finally found another sun. They're gonna recharge
How do
it.
you move a planet?
Yeah, exactly. It's got to take some time.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could, like you said, it could have been the main villain, and that should have been something like they can't just blow it up easily. They can't just send someone who used to be a cleaner or used to be, in sanitation in there to blow it up. It should have been like, dude, this thing is dangerous. Luckily for us, it takes a long time to reload. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah,
we gotta
yeah.
figure some shit out, and then let's get a bunch of Jedis down there and tear it up. Like, then they could have made it interesting. And that could have been the second movie. And they could have destroyed it in the second movie. But then it could have been like, well, yeah, they got rid of our big gun, but Kansas City Shuffle, when you're looking over here at the big gun, we got a whole 1,000 Knights of Ren over here, and you got 5 Jedi. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could
That
do
would've been
that
cool.
sort
Yeah.
of thing. And I just came up with that right now, people. You know, so...
Let's make our own, dude.
Yeah.
CGI, bro.
But
no, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you could do and stuff, but like, just I don't know. I feel like Episode 7 almost got me there. Like, I was about to orgasm right there.
But then
And
the
it
ending,
just-
it didn't stick the landing.
No.
Kind of like all the Netflix series from Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the last episode's always like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pretty good.
the reason the Daredevil was so good is they didn't know they were gonna have another one, so that's why it actually
Right.
had like an ending.
Yeah.
You know,
But even
because-
that, you know what I didn't like though is that the costume at the last episode.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, just leave the black. I know they had to put the other costume on him
yeah.
because it's Daredevil.
Yeah.
But like, I like the Black Ninja.
See, I
Kind
think
of
what
thing.
they should have done is basically after he defeated the Kingpin,
Yeah.
then the guy should have been like, hey, you know, you getting your ass kicked, I
Right.
made this for you.
Right.
Then it could have been like, you know, all the superhero movies where the last shot is them in the costume.
Yeah.
But at least he would have defeated the Kingpin still as a Black Ninja, and
Yeah.
then
he just
and-
looked more awesome that way. I thought.
yeah, or they
The other
should
one like smashes his nose.
they
and
should have
shit.
done a black. You know, there is a there
He
is
mixes, like,
a
cheese
black
puff
Daredevil.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
have done that. Like they should have done the black outfit like as his main outfit. You know, just throw some horns on it. So
Because
but-
then Luke Cage's, or not Luke Cage, but Iron Fist's outfit would have been easy. He just has the yellow
Yeah.
one. You know, the same thing.
yeah, so
But-
they would make a little bit of sense. And yeah.
Yeah, they could be buddies. But no, do you know what I hate about Star Wars though? Real quick, is that they always go to a new planet, and that whole planet is one thing.
Yeah.
Like you look at our planet, we have every fucking climate that you could think of.
Oh yeah,
Obviously,
so
that
it's like an entire, you know,
Yeah.
forest planet.
yeah, and
entire,
they're like, oh, this is ocean planet now,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait, how far did you have to go to an ocean? That is retarded.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I just
sure.
I don't like that. That really pisses me off.
I
every
think
time.
they basically they established it with Hoth, and then they established it with Dantooine and Tatooine,
right.
and they're like, oh, these are sand planets, so like every planet's like this, and it's like.
Right.
It's like, wow, that's a shitty side of the universe. You should probably go to the Earth side of the universe where you can get some seasons.
No, seriously,
You
dude.
know?
That always pisses me off. And then do the ending. Okay, I rewrote the ending to episode 7. So it was so fast paced, like the you know the editing, like how fast it was. The whole movie it was just kept going and going.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end and it's like, all right, well I guess we just blew up that thing. And then okay, did Kylo Ren escape? Yeah, I guess so because they said it or
Yeah.
whatever. And then but like how could he escape, dude? Like the
Yeah.
whole fucking planet blew up. You know how much
Yeah.
like residual and how far that goes out when
Yeah.
you blow up a planet? Like, oh my god. We blow up an atomic bomb and you're like dead within miles.
Yeah.
And then these fuckers are trying to get away from a planet, like,
Yeah.
and they survive. Anyway. Besides that, and then did Captain Phasma get out? They don't show shit.
Yeah.
Man. Anyway, I was pissed. But
Yeah.
so and then they go and I know the reason why they did it is because they had the Luke Skywalker then. That's the only reason why they ended it like this. But like, there's no way they should have flown all the way to Luke Skywalker after like not knowing where he was and like trying to get the map and all that shit. That should have been the beginning of episode 8. Is
Yeah.
them going there. They get through after a couple obstacles. Like that was the fucking easiest trip ever.
Yeah.
He's on the other side of the galaxy in some place he's never been. And it took 3 seconds of screen time.
Yeah.
I don't know, that kind of thing just pissed me off.
And
I
what's
was like,
funny is episode 8 literally is supposed to start like 2 seconds after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they might as well have just saved it.
that's what I mean, dude.
Like it should have ended with like we found Luke.
Like,
Ta-da!
yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know they're looking for Luke, but I didn't even need to see him, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, it would have been
No.
fine if they didn't show him.
No, because
Because
you knew
that's
he was gonna
that
be in the
last
next
that
movie.
helicopter shot or whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, this is Bad Boys 3? What the
Yeah.
fuck is this shit? Like,
You're like, wow, okay.
Vin Diesel, bro?
Yeah, you got a drone. We're proud of you. Yeah, a movie that cost $200 million. You got a drone. Good job.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. It,
No,
just,
I agree.
it was just too much too fast, I thought. Like,
No, I think that. I mean, realistically, if they were gonna blow up Death Star 3.0, they should have like done it, and then there should have been like 15 minutes of movie left, and there should have been like more explanation. Like you said, Kylo Ren should have gone to Snoke, and he should have been with Phasma, and Phasma should have been like, you know, I'm sorry, I was a pussy, and I, you know, gave away the
dude,
code.
that was dumb, too. Like, she didn't even
Well,
resist at all.
What's funny is, not since Iron Man 2, bringing us back to where we were earlier,
Yeah.
not since Iron Man 2 have I seen something that was so obviously added during production as a
Yeah.
half Captain Phasma.
Yeah.
She was so obvious. They were probably 3 weeks in production, because I even saw when you watch the making ofs, they're like, I saw this design for an all chrome stormtrooper, and I said, this has to be in the movie. I'm like, yeah, you said that 3 weeks into the making of the movie. I'm sure of it, because if you watch the Phasma scenes, they are so added.
Like, disjointed. too,
Yeah,
to,
they're
like, the
just
rest of it.
added to the plot,
Yeah.
like not needed. So like, oh, out of nowhere, someone with authority tells Finn to go get deprogrammed.
Right.
I'm sure in the original script it was just a regular.
Some general guy,
some
like
guy.
Hux or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, hey,
why
go
don't
get
you go
deprogrammed.
get program?
Yeah, and you know, she walks off the ship at the beginning of the movie. She doesn't shoot anyone. You know why? Because they already shot that scene.
Right,
So they
right,
fucking cut her in, walking
Yeah.
off, looking all badass, and then but one thing that sucks about knowing film production is knowing how things are done, and you can
Right.
totally tell when they
Yeah.
cut shit in. Like so they reshot that scene at the Death Star 3.0, and they have her but they don't have much screen time for her. So they're like, oh, let's just have him point a gun at her and tell her to give a code instead of using a Jedi mind trick or using a goddamn Wookiee.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Right,
Him pointing a gun at her, like, she's a badass. She's going to say no.
Right.
But if you tell her that a Wookiee's going to freaking rip her throat out and keep her alive for 10 hours,
Yeah.
maybe she'll do something.
That
you know
sounds
what I
way
mean?
better. Right?
You know, it's
I like
like,
that. Yeah.
oh, you pointed a gun at me. Whatever, I'm a stormtrooper. I get guns pointed at me every day. You're going to kill me, whatever. That's my job, to die for the Empire. But if they tell you a Wookiee's going to torture you for 10 hours, maybe you'll press some buttons. I don't know, like, why they even bother.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure, dude.
oh, it just pisses me off so much.
Yeah, dude. No, I know. I mean, we could sit here and talk about the problems all night.
Problems.
But yeah, we did go pretty long today,
Yes.
too. So thank you guys for all listening. Will, thank you for being our special
course.
guest, man. You're
Thanks
awesome.
for coming on, Will.
Yes.
And we beat the game in spite of ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And like,
By the way, we beat the game.
yeah, I know, right? It was like such a side note to like
Yes.
talking about stripper Megan and everything else.
Yeah.
But and did you guys ever eat like ramen and it has that thing in it,
Oh yeah,
like
Mhm.
the fish cake thing?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how I realized that. I think that's what that was.
It's supposed to be.
Probably
like that.
is.
That's the way they always do jokes like that in these types of games.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's Japanese, so it's
Yeah.
got to be right.
Yeah, it's all over their anime.
What do you
so
get,
it's fun.
kamaboko or something like that? Big fat boto? I don't know.
You guys live in Hawaii. You would know way better than I
Yeah,
would.
I think kamaboko. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, dude, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time. And
Have a night.
yeah, do the things you do.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Stay bored, bitches.
Oh yeah, that was our thing.
Yeah.
Stay bored.
Yeah.
Oh fuck us.